Welcome everybody to our newest campaign, Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This is a brand new campaign that is going to be heavily homebrewed. It's going to be very interesting. We got a lot of fun stuff here to look forward to. First of all, we're going to go ahead and do some quick introductions. I'm Adam. I'm going to be the DM for the campaign. This is many campaigns down the road. I was going to say a number, but I have no idea which number campaign this is. Been doing this over 30 years, so it all gets mixed up, but should be a whole lot of fun. We got the same players from the previous campaign, so we get to see some new characters, maybe some new personality types, new voices. We'll see what's in store for us. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So team, I'm just going to go from left to right here in Roll20 and just ask you to introduce yourself briefly, say as much or as little about yourself as you'd like, and a little brief snippet about your character before we get into our campaign proper. So let's go ahead and start with Carl.
Hey everybody, Carl. I'm going to be playing Aldrin Pike in this campaign. Aldrin's a character that grew up in Seaton when it was still a fishing town before it started transitioning into soldiers and warships. During that time, he kind of learned a little bit about the ways of like warfare and fighting, so, how to handle a shield and some armor, things of that nature. His childhood is mostly spent on like the docks and small boats, so he learned how to fish, how to cast nets, how to use like a spear or a trident. His family always had this special item. It's a cloak that they kind of hid away from everybody, and didn't really tell anybody about. And then one day his parents kind of disappeared, but he was left with the item. And then shortly after, he didn't really like so much of the military style of what was happening in Seaton, so he moved to Saltmarsh to kind of get back to a town that was closer to his roots. Also, he's got some quirks. He's a little bit strange in some ways. He doesn't really know what's going on, but he has some flashes of magical potential and power, and he's kind of trying to figure that out. That's Aldrin.
Excellent. It sounds like a mysterious character. We'll look forward to learning more about as the campaign unfolds. Thanks, Carl. We'll move next to Rob.
Hello, my name's Rob. I will be playing Jiro Stone. Jiro is a former city guard investigator. In the off hours, he would do jobs for the gentry, sort of PI work. One of those jobs kind of got political. A lot of people in power started pulling strings, and he wasn't able to finish his job, and he got frustrated, left the guard, and started trying to work his old job from the other side, and turned to smuggling, and found his way to Saltmarsh.
All right, excellent. It sounds like a guy with maybe a little bit of a shady past, maybe some folks on his trail. We'll see what that unfolds as well. Thanks, Rob. We'll move next to Bill.
Yeah, so I've been playing with Adam for, I think we decided it was getting closer towards in between 5 and 6 years now, several campaigns in between there. Excited to be starting yet another one. Always a great time. As far as my character of choice for this campaign, I have decided to play Brannick, who is a dwarf from a faraway land, found his way here after being stranded on an island, maybe by himself, maybe not by himself, for quite a long time. Doesn't really like to talk about it too much. You may find that he is still trying to figure out how to adjust to society. He's been in Saltmarsh for about 8 months now. He is oftentimes seen talking to himself, talking to the wind. He's not really sure if they talk back. So we'll see where that goes. I will develop him as we go.
All right, another character with some mystery to him. That'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Bill. We'll move next to Keith.
Hey, Keith. I am playing Lucan Vale, who was born in Greyhawk to an upper-class family. His parents were both wizards, and then suddenly disappeared on a mission that they were doing for the Circle of Eight. And he was shipped off to Saltmarsh to be raised by his uncle, who runs a bait shop in town. His uncle wants Lucan to have nothing to do with magic. It was how he lost his sister. Lucan, of course, is super drawn to learning about magic, to follow in his parents' footsteps. And as he's kind of gotten older and now is able to sort of do what he wants. He's learned some basic magic and is really wants to get more powerful and learn more in hopes that he can finally get accepted by the Wizards of Greyhawk and hopefully get a clue into what happened to his parents and why they disappeared.
All right, excellent. I got another character with some mystery, some long tendrils there, perhaps. We'll see what that has to bring us for the future of the campaign. Thanks, Keith. We'll move over to Brian.
Hey guys, Brian. I've been with Adam like Bill. I don't know. It seems longer than 5 years, dude, but I'll go with that. Let's see. Look forward to this campaign. I'm going to play a character named Brock Malone, and I guess I'm the oddball here because my backstory is lame and my forestory is lame. He just grew up in the farms outside of town with a big family. I got sick of working at the farms, mid-20s, wants to come and work on the docks, started beating the crap out of people in pit fights. He has no proficiency in armor or weapons, and he's just a guy who kind of lives week by week. He doesn't plan any further than next week, and it just lives by the seat of his pants. And the answer is probably always yes to Brock.
Alrighty, excellent character with perhaps simple origins, but I suspect that won't stay the case for very long, D&D being what it is. Thanks, Brian. We'll move over to James.
Hey everyone, I am James. This will be my second campaign with this group, so that's exciting. I will be playing Nine Reeds. He's a Dragonborn Barbarian. And the exciting thing about this character is I know about as much as you do. So he showed up randomly 6 months ago, had no memory of anything at all, couldn't even speak, was taken in by somebody named Kriv, and was his caretaker, and pretty much taught him everything he knows. He has a strange brand on his chest, and those are kind of all the hints that he has about maybe who he is at this point.
All right, excellent. Thanks, James. And we do have a seventh player. He's not with us quite yet, as he had a few weeks off doing some real-life travel and stuff, but he'll probably join us week 3, I believe. We'll see. It's either week 2 or 3. I can't remember the schedule. But yeah, we'll have our seventh player, Noah, joining us at that time. All right, well, great job, everyone, on the introductions. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started with our campaign proper. So our campaign opens here on the town or village of Saltmarsh. Depends on who you ask based on what they call it. This used to be a village in truth, as it was very small population. This is primarily a fishing area, so you're getting a lot of sense of the sea right in the air. You're noticing the smell of fish anytime you're here in town. Right now, this time of year, it is a little bit on the chillier side. You can think of it as the early part of spring, and we've got some chillier weather, so most of the folks you see around are kind of bundled up pretty tightly. It's definitely not snow weather. That's a month or so past by this point, but still not warm, quite warm enough yet to be walking around comfortably. So we got people bundled up a little bit as they're outside here in town. The interesting thing here about Saltmarsh, again, besides it being just a fishing village, what really made this interesting is two things primarily. One, there was some ore discovered in a nearby mining area. When this happened, some dwarves came from the capital of the province that Saltmarsh sits in. Most of the people here, the locals, don't really care much about the larger country that they're a part of. They very much consider themselves sort of independent, though they are obviously part of that kingdom. And the dwarves have discovered this vein of ore, sent an expedition down here. So there's a whole outfit of dwarves now that are in Saltmarsh. They have a leader of that expedition, and more dwarves have sort of flown in to this area, and they're becoming much more commonly seen around town. That brings in some additional workers and a few other folks that kind of came along, helpers, that kind of thing. So that had an increase in population to Saltmarsh. And then the very interesting thing that happened was that not too long ago, there were these ruins that were discovered nearby Saltmarsh. It's very not very long at all to get there from Saltmarsh, just a short distance walk. These ruins were, once they were discovered, the locals said that they were not there before, which is very strange. So think of this sort of discovered kind of like in the side of a mountain type of a deal, or a larger hill, and there certainly were not ruins there before. And then a traveler moving by happened to spot these ruins and thought it was very curious. When they came into Saltmarsh, they started asking questions like, "Hey, what are those ruins?" And people were like, "What are you talking about? There is no ruins out there." So eventually this garnered some interest. The people that didn't think this guy was totally nuts did head out that direction, and sure enough, they did find these ruins. This was very odd. After this information flowed around Saltmarsh, some of the locals that were a little bit braver decided to put a little group together, head on into those ruins, see what they could find. The first group that went in, they came out with treasures, and they explained that they had some very interesting adventures inside. They had explained that walking into the ancient ruins, it seemed as though there were multiple different paths that one could go, and they mentioned this one particular path that they went and found themselves in this very different area that seemed very much unlike what you would expect to be in the area. They had fought some enemies within inside that ancient ruins area, had found some treasures, and came back, were very excited. They were sort of the talk of the town for a bit of time. This information then quickly flown to other nearby communities, and before too long we had sort of an adventurer's rush here on Saltmarsh as more and more people arrived to take their chances with the ancient ruins. So teams have actually been formed now to go into the ancient ruins and keep exploring its depths. It does not seem to be short or small. Multiple teams have gone in. A few have never returned, sadly, but many have gone in and come out with treasures aplenty. This, of course, then also invited some academics who were, once they heard about this information, they came by, and after studying the ancient ruins for a little bit, they were able to determine that a similar event happened in history a long time ago in another country far away, and it was said that the ancient ruins at that time seemingly was endless. You could essentially keep going in and finding more and more adventure, but eventually, after many such adventures, a group did apparently find the bottom of the ancient ruins and discovered a very powerful artifact. Once that artifact was claimed and the folks exited the ancient ruins, the next group that went to visit it found the ancient ruins were gone. So this seems to be some kind of magical creation, obviously, that these ancient ruins just appear out of nowhere. Why exactly they're here now, no one quite knows. It's very mysterious in its own right. But our player characters have decided, after arriving here in Saltmarsh, either from other locations or having grown up here in Saltmarsh, working various different jobs, they've decided to try their own hand at the ancient ruins. So we're going to go ahead and start our characters just outside of this shop known as On the Hook. So our player characters will be represented by our little silver dragon pin here. All right, and so player characters, you guys have been chatting with one another. You've met each other through either working alongside one another, being friends of friends, or just sort of seeing one another. You know about the Adventurers Guild here in town that has formed after the discovery of the ancient ruins, and that a lot of people have flooded there. None of you are members of the Adventurers Guild quite yet, but it's certainly something that might pique your interest at this point. But after your odd encounters with one another and sort of feeling out whether or not each of you would make a good partner in going to the ancient ruins, this is your group of 6. The individual that first kind of looked for information or posted this ad in the Adventurers Guild was Lucan Vale. So Lucan, you essentially asked everybody to meet you here outside your shop on the Hook. And once they all arrived, you started taking a quick tally, seeing who was all here. You guys have been briefly chatting with one another about what kind of information you should be looking for. Do you need any special equipment? All of these kind of things have been running through your mind. And as you guys were just chatting with one another, a local woman who you've all seen before, she came by to let you know that her son, Ned, is missing. Her son is a man in his later 20s. He is known to be around town, sort of that kind of guy that knows everybody and everybody knows him, and oftentimes people think of him as a friend, though they often wonder why they're his friend. He's not necessarily a bad guy, but one of those guys that definitely gets into trouble here and there with minor things. Maybe he would sort of nick a sweet from somebody, or there might be some, like, say, graffiti somewhere, and people would like, oh, that was probably Ned. He's kind of one of those guys, but his mother now seemingly very concerned for him as he has not returned home and she hasn't seen him in several hours. Drop this information on your hands as you guys were here gathered, getting ready to head off to the ancient ruins. She asked you if you could spend some time, please, looking for Ned and see if you could track him down, and then she departed. So with this information in hand, you guys are standing next to the water, next to the shop on the hook, all looking at one another. What are you guys talking about?
That little shit. I wonder what the heck he got himself into. I told him how many times keep his nose out of the gutter and he'd be fine. No, he's got to run around town, running his mouth. Ned, of all people. Well, friend of Ned is me. So I don't know, guys. You ever met Ned? Kind of an okay guy.
Yeah, I've seen him about a couple times.
Yeah, I like Ned. As a matter of fact, he helped me get my boots last week. So I needed some new boots, and he got some for me, and they fit. And so I consider Ned a friend. So I don't know, when we're out and about, I owe him a favor.
I've never met Ned in my life, but I do have some experience in missing persons cases.
Well, where do you
you a cop?
start then?
Former.
Do I look familiar to you at all?
No.
Have you ever seen my picture on a post office or a
all
milk
right.
box?
Just checking. Just checking. All right, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Ned's got a bit of a tab running at the shop for bait he's never paid for. Not large, but that's kind of how Ned is, right? He always says he'll catch us next time and never does.
Me no knows Ned. What's a Ned's?
What's the matter with you? You dumb or something?
Me no dumb. You dumb.
You sound dumb.
Me haves am sneesh sha.
All right, every now and again, as part of this session, I'm going to ask for a character spotlight. And essentially, this is an opportunity for you to explain what your character looks like, rather than just having us all rattle these off one after the other. Figure we'll do this at different interesting moments. So, 9 Reeds, it's your character spotlight. Tell the rest of the group what 9 Reeds looks like. What is he wearing? How does he stand? Anything that sticks out about him.
Okay, so obviously he has a big brand on his chest. This brand looks like a C. He is a bronze dragonborn, and he does not hold himself very well. You would think maybe he's a little just big and clumsy, but he is just massive, huge, hulking figure.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that character spotlight.
Well, maybe we should find Ned on the way. Do you think maybe the Adventurers Guild might know? They got people that have probably been around a lot.
Isn't this a job for the guard? We could go ask the city guard if they've seen him. I don't know if it's really. We've got treasure to find.
Wait, Ned has money, right, Brannick? You said he helped you get boots, so he must have money. Anyone who gets rescued is going to give you money.
I've never really seen him with a lot of cash, but maybe, but I tell you, what I think is important is, safety. And I think there's safety if you get hurt and you get to heal yourself a little bit. So I got myself I know a guy that makes some good healing potions, some pick 'em up healing potions with a little bit of honeydew flavor to them. And I've got a couple that I could go. I've got one for myself, but if you guys want them, they normally sell them for 50 gold, but I got them down to 40. And if you want one, I could sell one to you for that price.
I got my own things. I don't need the knockoff version.
I think a healing potion would be an absolutely great idea, but I'm a little light on cash, Brannick. Can I give you the equivalent of bait, or can you just, I promise to pay you back as soon as we go to the ruins. I will be swimming in gold.
Well, I tell you what, I don't really want to carry you anything. So, like if you fall and almost die, then that's extra weight, right? So, I'll let you have one of my healing potions for 40 gold, and maybe later on when I need a good meal and a good bunch of meat, then you take care of that for me too. How's that?
That's a good deal, an honorable deal, sir. Thank you.
All right, so don't die and not pay it back. I mean, that actually helps you live longer. It's because now you have a debt, right? And people don't die when they have a debt, so that's double good for you.
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, it does work that way. Yeah, it does.
All right, man. Whatever you say.
Did you want me to collect someone's debt? Because I'll break some thumbs if that's what we need to do.
No, I think we just need to find Ned.
Okay, let's go find Ned. Fine. He's got money. We'll go find whatever douchebags took this guy. We'll fucking wrap his nose around the other side of his head, take Ned back. We'll be here. Besides, I like Ned's mom.
We don't know anybody took him. He might have fallen asleep somewhere. Hey, barkeep, you know where Ned is?
Keeping in mind that you're outside in front of a bait shop at the moment, I imagine as you look around, people are very confused at who you're talking to.
I'm just seeing things. Sometimes it happens. Maybe we're not here.
But yeah. This is my Uncle Cop. Don't have much for supplies here, but we have the little room in the back if we want to do some planning, or we can go to one of the pubs. We're sort of on the wrong side of town, right? All across the water is where all the good places are. Over here, there's the Adventurers Guild. We could poke our head in there. Maybe somebody has seen Ned there. Maybe the fool tried to go to the ruins by himself.
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point.
Those adventurers think they know everything. Walk around town, strutting around with their fancy armor, ruining this city.
Brock, man, not my place, but you sound upset. Have you been taking some of that wacky weed? I don't know.
No, I'm upset because I got woke up early from my VIP bottle service with a hottie. We come over here at the bait shop. Smells like fish. Well, I guess the whole town does. And now we're not going to go get riches anymore. We got to go find Ned, who, of course, we're very happy to drag his sorry ass or whatever trouble he got himself in.
All right, character spotlight for Brock.
Okay. So he is obviously very cocky. He's, not tall, not 6 feet. I'd say he's 5'10". Bobby's a scrawny dude. He's definitely, I'm trying to play him as an MMA guy, lock and stop type of person, survivor. Cocky, maybe walks into a battle looking like McGregor with his hands dangling to his side, just too cocky for his own good. So that's the sad story about Brock. But he's definitely cocky to a fault.
All right, excellent. Okay, guys, so are you leading the way to the Adventurers Guild? If so, who's taking the first step that direction?
Come on, guys. It's just up the street. Follow me.
All right,
Yeah,
so
okay, I'll go.
Lucan takes the first step over in that direction. You guys start following Lucan as you make your way down this trail here and find yourself getting over to the Adventurers Guild. As you come out to the front of the Adventurers Guild, you can see the doors open for a moment as an individual steps outside, just kind of looks around, notices you for a moment, and then kind of continues walking to the northeast here. As you look at the building itself, it has that look of an older building that's been repurposed. You can see that it looks to be in very good shape, as though it's been a lot of time and attention have been paid to it recently. Those of you that are locals and have been in this area for a while would know that after the discovery of the ancient ruins occurred, this original group essentially purchased this building with their first winnings or earnings from the ancient ruins itself, and then put a lot of money into the building to really snazzy it up and hope to make it a thing. So as you guys step on into the building here, the Adventurers Guild, the first thing you notice is the Adventurers Guild board. It's the prominent thing sort of in the lobby of the Adventurers Guild. It sticks out, and yeah, you notice that. You notice there's a couple of people around out here in the lobby sitting at a table. There is then a door that goes to a back area. You've heard that only members are allowed to go to the back area, but you do notice somebody sitting at one of the table. It looks to be a younger woman, maybe in her 20s or so. She has a blade at either side of her waist as she's sitting, and she watches intently as each of you enter and probably glance over at the board.
Lucan will do a look around besides the woman. Just he'll see if maybe Ned was hanging out here, or if there's anybody else in town or anybody else in here that he thinks he might recognize.
Yeah, you've probably seen both of these people. Again, the village isn't so massive that, people are hard to spot. And since you've been here for a while, you've probably seen them, not necessarily that you've spoken to them. The woman, though, I would say she's a little bit more famous, so maybe you recognize her as being a part of one of the adventuring groups that heads into the ancient ruins.
Oh, hey, guys, I think she's been to the ruins a few times. I wonder where the rest of her group is. Maybe they died and she's looking for a new group?
Who, her? And he's going to walk over to talk to her.
Is it Chelsea, by chance? If I'm pronouncing that right.
You question this out loud, Jiro. As Brock steps forward, you notice the woman looks towards you as you're approaching Brock, and she says, "Oh, welcome to the Adventurers Guild. What can we do for you?"
Name's Brock. I don't know if you've seen me. I fight in town. I don't know. Last night was pretty epic.
Fight in town? I'm sorry, my tastes aren't so mundane.
Oh, well, that's not awkward at all, is it? Anyway, name's Brock. You ever see a guy named Ned? We're looking for Ned.
Oh, mine. Are you referring to Ned Shakeshaft?
Yeah.
Yes, I just saw him earlier yesterday, I believe it was. Yes, yesterday he came on in, asked a few questions about the ancient ruins. Sounded like he was interested.
Oh, did he go by himself? You guys have been talking about this place like it's really dangerous.
Well, it certainly can be, especially if you don't have a good team with you. That's what I told Ned. I told him that if you're even thinking about going, make sure you've got some good people at your side.
What do you say to that?
Oh, Lord. He probably went, didn't he? I guess we need to go.
He didn't say too much. Yeah, he did have that kind of crazy look in his eye, so hard to say. You all look like you are ready for some adventure. Is that where you're headed now? Is the ancient ruins?
Yeah, I think so. That was the plan originally. Now it sounds like even more reason to go.
Search of magic and gold.
You
And
can
Ned.
find plenty of those two things in the ancient ruins. You might even find Ned there, hard to say. But I must tell you, if you're going without any information, that's pretty dangerous. Why don't you join the Adventurers Guild? We can give you a bit of information before the first time you go in. Our rates are reasonable. The fee per month is reasonable.
I don't know. Sounds like a good idea to me. How much does it cost?
What's the HOA per month?
5 gold pieces per person per month is the membership fee. We give you a lot of good information for that fee, and we allow you to register your group and be listed among the teams, assuming you survive your first foray into the ruins, that is.
What about this? I'm reading your board and everything. You've got this person named Chelsea former soldier looking for a group. Is that what we should do? Is join another person, or is it like we just go on our own, or what do you recommend? I've never been an adventurer before.
Well, without joining the Adventurers Guild, what I can tell you is that you definitely shouldn't go by yourself, but my, there are 6 of you. So if you are capable, I think you've already got a team. Jelsi was looking to put together a team, as it looks like he doesn't have one. He was around here recently too, but I didn't know of anybody that was looking for a team. Again, if there weren't so many of you, maybe you would join him, but yeah, with 6 of you, it seems like you already have a team.
You know Crag, by chance?
I did know Crag, yes.
What was he like in his team?
He was a big brute. He was like real strong, like the charge forward and not really pay attention to traps kind of guy. I actually went with him one time, but he was a little bit too much of a loose cannon, so I had to cut him loose there. I couldn't bring that kind of danger inside the ancient ruins.
Well, if we're gonna go, I think it makes sense to get all the information we can. You guys got that kind of coin?
Again, I'm a little bit light. Is there a payment plan for membership dues?
I'm afraid not. No, if you don't have the coin, you can't join.
I can pay for you. You just gotta pay me back. Not a charity over here.
Yeah, of course, you know I'm good for it, and obviously free bait until I do.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe you should
Doesn't
charge interest.
Doesn't your daddy pay you for working at that big shop?
My daddy was a powerful wizard who is unfortunately dead. That is my uncle's shop.
Your uncle, so your semi-daddy. Does he ever pay you?
Not really, no. I get to keep any unusual things that we get paid. We get paid with some weird stuff sometimes, things that sailors find, and so he lets me keep that stuff, but not really official pay, no.
All right, character spotlight for Lucan.
All right, Lucan is a young man, barely 18. Pretty slight build, but you know how you are when you're 18. If you're able to bounce back from almost anything, he's got a healthy, rosy complexion to him and sort of some wild hair. And he's wearing miscellaneous, stones and necklaces and multiple things around his wrists. Yeah, and he has his spell book, which you may or may not have seen at this point, is a bunch of loose pages. Some look like they've been burnt or charred or damaged. They've all been sort of roughly bound together, looking pretty rough and tumble.
Alrighty, excellent.
Aldrin, if you wouldn't mind spotting me, Lucan's good for it.
God, what am I, fucking bank over here? Fine. Who else?
I'm good. I still got money from last night.
It sounds like you and me are the only two with any jobs over here.
Mies has money. See? Take out a little coin pouch. Mies has 1, 2, 3, 5.
All right, the woman collects the coins from you. It sounds like everybody's either paying or being paid on their behalf. If I got that right, anybody not paying?
I'll slide
pay
over. I'll pay my own 5 gold pieces, which I'll look over with a gruff and go, darn, better not be wasting my coin.
Yeah, and I'll pay 15 for Aldrin, was it Lucan and Jiro?
All right, so she happily accepts all of your coin, and then you see she pulls out a piece of parchment, and she starts jotting down your names. So she looks to each of you. I presume you each give your name. If anybody's giving a fake name or refusing to give a name, let me know. But otherwise, she's going to jot all of your names down quickly, and then she's going to say, and what is your team name?
Oh god, do we have a team name? I don't know, I kind of like the Barnacle Bastards, or maybe like Reef Runners or something like that.
Yeah, we can. Now we can always change our name later, right? If we come up with something great. I mean, I see the Calvin's crew's already taken. You know, um, we can always change our name later, right?
Yeah, we could be like Aldrin and 5 hobos or something like that, because none of you guys have any money. Or Aldrin, Brock, and 4 hobos.
This fee that you're paying
Second
now
view.
is to register your team. If you change your team later, we'll have to collect another fee.
Ned's
How about-
Avengers.
Oh, what was that?
Ned's Avengers.
Nah, let's not name ourselves after Ned. That's already. I mean, I like Ned, but that'll give us like a bad reputation, if you know what I mean.
All right, let's be serious. Okay, seriously. Big balls.
Next.
Well, Lucan got us all here. Lucan crew.
I barely know you guys. I don't want to name myself after one of you guys.
I'd say we're all pretty rough. What about something like Rough Riders?
I don't ride anything. Rough necks.
Yeah, a couple of you work on the docks, right? 3 of you?
Yep.
Please, yes.
I don't know, what about like the Wharf Warriors?
Here we go.
You see she blinks as you guys are all talking amongst yourself. Why don't you just write that down right here if that's what you're settled on? AKA, please type that into chat. And I'm sure I am totally going to regret this, but Brock, go ahead and take inspiration for the balls joke. Wharf Warriors. Okay, that makes way more sense than what I thought I heard, but okay. So you write this down on the piece of parchment. She looks at it. She looks up at you and she says, all right, it's in writing. Does it look good? Is that what we're sticking with, team?
I have no complaints about that one.
Okay, Wharf Warriors it is. All right, well, you see she stands up, walks over to the door, opens it, looks outside for a moment, closes the door, and you see she locks it. Says, now we're going to go over some guild secrets. Probably one of the most important ones is, well, there's a few really important ones, but let me just get through these. So first of all, what we've determined of the ancient ruins so far is that there are many different ways you can go into the ancient ruins, but they all seem to lead to somewhere different. So you could go in, walk down this hall and down this set of stairs and end up in one place, and then go back there a week later, walk down that same set of stairs, and you're somewhere different. So it seems as though the ancient ruins are just like a transit place. You go there and then they connect you to somewhere else. So once you go through there, everything you're experiencing is real. I had one person come by and they tried to say, what if it's all fake? What if it's all just an illusion? It's not an illusion. It's totally real. What that means is that anything you find in the ancient ruins, you bring out. If you find people in there and you bring them out, they come out with you. That can be good or bad. Just be aware of that. Once you enter, usually the way out is pretty obvious. What I've noticed in my experience is there seems to be this sort of misty haze. It's like this gray, almost wall. And once you come on through, you're where you're at. But if you step back through that gray wall, you'll be back in the ancient ruins here. If you go inside through that gray wall and then you come back out, you can't go back through for some time. I haven't figured out exactly how long it is, but it seems like it's at least 5 or 6 days, maybe longer. But it's definitely not where you can pop in, pop out. You get it, right? Once you're in, you're in. Does that make sense? Let me stop there and make sure you're all following.
Yeah, so this is like true magic then.
Oh, I would certainly say so, yes. And again, what you find inside, it can be very potent in and of itself. All right, so we got that part down. The second part to remember is when you go on in, again, I'm giving you my experience as the top team. But you see how it is that these areas that you find, they're usually lengthy, meaning that if you try to go in there and do everything, explore everywhere, fight every opponent, you might find yourself disappointed. So what you want to do is you want to go in there, you want to fight when you have to fight, and then get the treasures that you can get, and you don't want to risk your lives. Of course, you want to make sure that you don't take too big of a risk. Anytime you go in there, of course, you're risking your life, but you want to make sure that if you start to get hurt, and you realize you don't have much left, just maybe come back. Because if you push it a little bit too far and then 1 or 2 of you falls, you're going to be really disappointed. So make sure that you're up to snuff and you can keep going. Once you realize you're a bit too beaten up, head on out, and then you're back here, and then you could try again in a week or so.
So are you
usually
recommending that everybody have some healing potion with them?
Oh, if you have a means for that, absolutely. Take everything that you can take that's going to aid you. That will be of great help.
Is this like a multi-day thing? Should we have rations and all that kind of stuff? Or is it usually like a, you go in and you come right back out?
I have never tried to sleep inside these locations. That sounds pretty terrifying. I'm not sure how exactly that would work. Once we realized that once you stepped in, you were essentially transported to somewhere else, we didn't know how long that would last. I would say the longest I've ever been in there has probably been about 6 hours. That seemed fine. Short breaks here and there were fine, but I never tried to sleep overnight or anything. Got out of there once we were low on resources, you could say, and made sure we got back safely.
So, where do you sleep then when you're sleeping?
You see she smiles a little bit towards you and she says, well, as an owner of the Adventurers Guild, I have my own quarters here, and only the people who are deemed worthy are able to see them. And you see she gives you this kind of cheeky look.
Oh, okay. Well, we're off to our first adventure. That's a start.
Yes, that would be a start. I've got 5 under my belt, me and my group. So, yes, well, hopefully we'll see your names on the leaderboard before too long.
What's the quickest way there?
Oh, well, the easiest way is to make sure you cross the bridge here in town so that you're past the river, and then you keep making your way to the northwest. It will take you about 3.5 hours or so to get there.
So when you say that you've been fighting because, obviously the danger, what kind of danger did you see? I mean, what kind of battles should we expect?
Every time is different, my friend. Every time is different. The first time that I went in, I found myself outside of this large, dilapidated castle, and me and my group started looking around it. The wall outside of it was very much broken down. We ended up running into a carrion crawler and fought that thing. That was tough. And then we went in inside the castle. The rooms were just dilapidated, falling apart. I was worried the castle was going to fall down on our heads. And then, what was it, like the third time we went in, we found ourselves in this really dark and gloomy village, and all the villagers were like the most morose people I've ever seen in my life. So all I can say is it seems like it's different every time. There's no real expectations.
Now, how many groups are in there right now? I mean, obviously you've got some, but some people aren't brave enough. But, I mean, how many groups are missing?
Well, so far, 3 groups that have registered with the Adventurers Guild have not returned. Craig's team was one of them, and then 2 others. But we've got 4 groups that are still active. Right now, I don't believe any of them are in there, but of course, they don't have to register with us when they say they're going. Usually, we kind of hear it through the grapevine or by word, that kind of thing. But yeah, occasionally a group will go off without letting us know, and that's an option as well.
And you found a magic shield there. Do you have it? Can we see it?
Well, it's not on me. See, I don't use shields. I'm more of the quick blade kind of person. But one of my companions has that shield. If he stops by, I could definitely let him show it to you. But I'm not sure when he'll come on in.
Has anybody encountered any hostile humans, like another team trying to take you out and take your goods? Or is it mostly just creatures?
Not inside the ancient ruins, but that is a good question, because one of the times we came out, there was a group of bandits waiting for us outside of the ruins. This information has gotten around, and some people think like, hey, instead of going in the ruins, wouldn't it be easier to just beat up on a team that's really tired getting their way out of there? Well, those bandits were in for a big shock when we really sent them running with some magic. But yes, I would say not in the ruins. You probably won't run into another team, or at least we never have. I've never heard of anybody doing that. But on your way there or on your way out, always possible.
Yeah, we should be prepared for that. Has anybody got like a Dungeoneer's kit or adventuring kit or whatever? If we don't, maybe we should buy one. There's some useful stuff in those.
I got my backpack. It's all full of all kinds of good adventuring stuff. Collection from the old farm. I used to work at a farm, you see, but then I came to the docks and, I had pit fight and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I got some basic stuff like my nets and my trident, a backpack, and some rope.
All right, well, you got the basics down. Are you ready for some more advanced information?
Yeah,
Yes,
that'd be
please.
great.
All right, this information will pay for itself, because I'll tell you, I wish I'd have known about this right from the get-go, but unfortunately I didn't. So once you get to the ancient ruins, right when you step through the archway, if you look to your left, there's this very big stone. It's a black stone, very large. This stone is very strange, and we can't say we know everything about it quite yet, but it seems to have engravings on it of different symbols and writing and so forth. And eventually, one of these local academics, they were able to study it and get some additional information about it. And apparently, if you stay close to it for 10 minutes and sort of meditate, focus your mind, you can connect with the stone. Once you connect with the stone, you can essentially make a connection, focus yourself on one of the disciplines within the stone. And by doing so, you get access to a pretty interesting ability, believe it or not, and you can learn some interesting techniques.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Have you learned? You haven't learned any interesting techniques?
I have learned one technique so far, but if I would have known about it my first time going there, I'd probably already be on like my third or fourth technique by this point. So I'm a little bit pissed off, to be honest.
I got some techniques.
Maybe one day we'll see those.
Keep it in your pants, Brock. Let's focus on the task.
Me don't get it. What technique? You show me, Brock?
I'm not talking to you, dude. Come on.
Oh.
So any of these symbols look like I'll point over to 9 reeds, like that kind of symbol,
So
or just
9
kind
reeds
of like
is
magical symbols.
So 9 reeds is your chest bare at the moment, and do you think your allies would have seen this before? If not,
It is bare, yes. I should have went into more depth in that clothes. He wears pants, and that's about it.
all right, fair enough. You'll notice that she hadn't really noticed this before. She looks at it now and she says, "Well, that is interesting, isn't it? But no, it doesn't look anything like that. That just looks like, is that a C?"
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that has an interesting story in and of itself, but no, they don't look anything like that.
It was probably branded on him to help him remember his name. Can't.
Or maybe it's like cattle, he's part of somebody's flock. Breeding dragonborn.
Speaking of the ruins, though, are there particular ruins we should look for? Like, I don't want to learn any knife techniques. That doesn't do me any good. But some magic technique, that would be amazing.
Oh, you're referring to the stone. So once you get to the ancient ruins and you see the stone, you'll see these very faded symbols on it. You won't be able to make them out, but if you sit by it for 10 minutes, as I mentioned, and meditate, then the symbols will become more visible to you. This information, once you study, will sort of flow into your mind. These are all fighting techniques. Some of them are kind of magical in nature, from what I understand, but they're not really focused on the magic so much, but some of it's magic-like, best way I could describe it.
If you're learning from a stone, it's got to be some sort of magic, dude. You'll be fine, I'm sure.
It's magical. I'm in. I'll do all I can to learn about it for sure.
It's probably dwarven made, I'm guessing, because my people like stonework. Who knows?
You see, she
Any
kind of
more?
chuckles slightly and says, "I'll be curious if you still have that same thought when you make your way back, if you make your way back."
Any more advanced information for us?
I think those are the most important things. But again, what I would say is don't overestimate your own skill. The opponents inside the ancient ruins seem to have a lot of skills of their own. Even opponents that you would think, oh, this is just something easy. Like I fought a goblin and it was pulling out these weird abilities that I never saw a goblin use before. So don't overestimate your opponents and just be prepared for anything, because it seems as though the opponents are quite skilled.
the leaderboard, how is that calculated? Just by the value of the magical items found, or how do you validate that?
Well, it's a formula that we manage. It's proprietary, so we don't just tell everybody the formula. But the general gist of it is the amount of money and valuables, treasure that you bring out of there, how many people you lost along the way, that gets you a penalty. And there's a little bit of fame kind of marked in there as well. So if you establish your name, we don't let somebody new that just found something cool knock you off the board just like that. We try to let it ride for a little bit, but eventually if a group continues to get more and more wins and no losses, then they make their way up the board.
All right, anything else before we get going?
Yeah, anything you recommend us bringing that maybe we don't already have?
I don't know what all you have on you, but what I would say is make sure you've got, if you said you have healing potions, that's always good to have. Rope, I would definitely take rope. If you got some pitons and a hammer, if you got to, nail a door shut, that can be very helpful. If you looks like some of you maybe can see in the dark, if you can't, obviously you're going to want to make sure you have a good light source. Make sure you have something that's reliable. But the most important thing to make sure that you're successful in there is that you work as a team. Make sure you communicate well with one another. Make sure you know what you're going to do. Call out what you're going to do. Don't just go in there and try to act like 6 individuals or you'll quickly meet your demise.
Thanks for the tips. Hey, we got pitons?
I have rope, but I don't have any of those.
Any.
What do we get if we make it to the top of the leaderboard?
Well, right now it's all about fame and celebrity, right? The highest ranking team has bragging honors. I mean, I can walk into either of the taverns in town right now. Everybody just calls my name. They know who I am. I get free drinks. That's pretty good. But eventually, we have been talking about using some of the membership dues to put together a little prize pool. More to come on that. But right now it's mostly fame and bragging rights.
That's worth it alone, right there.
Me bored. I won't go.
All right. Hang on there, big man. Let's. I think we go. We don't have pitons, so we can't climb anything. But I think we're pretty well set otherwise, aren't we, guys?
Maybe we should get some. The last recommended them. They can't be all that expensive. Except for our broke people who can't even afford a drink.
You know what? I think I've got some extra ones just inside. Since you guys all joined as a group and there's 6 of you, how about I just throw these in on the house? Just a moment. Let me go grab some pitons for you. Do you have a hammer to knock them in, or do you need that too?
We probably need one.
All right. Don't worry. I'll throw that in as well. Just a moment. You'll see she steps to the door in the back and unlocks it with a key that she produces from her pocket, and then only opens it a little bit, steps in, pulls it closed. You hear her lock it. The other person sitting at the table has just been kind of quietly minding their business here. It seems to be a guy just kind of like looking down. He's got a mug in front of him and has some kind of a beverage in it. He just seems to be sipping at it, seemingly almost like trying to be part of the furniture. The woman returns pretty quickly thereafter, and you see she's holding a bag, and you can hear some clanking from inside of it, and she holds the strap of the bag out to you, and she says, all right, there's 1 hammer and 10 pitons.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. Did I get your name?
Oh, I don't think you asked. I thought you already knew it. Again, I am quite famous, but my name is Admiranda.
Admiranda. Wow, you are. That name is just as beautiful as you are.
You see she chuckles once again. She says, wow, well, if you're this good at laying it on, we'll see how well you do in the ancient ruins. I hope you survive.
Oh, I will.
All right, team, you guys ready?
Glory and power.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think it's time to get our first victory down, guys. I'm good.
All right, you guys exit out of the Adventurers Guild, finding yourself back in Saltmarsh proper. It sounds like you guys are ready to make your way out. You're fully prepped for the ancient ruins. So you're going to make your way down this path, pass by some of these various buildings, make your way out to the wall here where the city guard is posted, make your way out here, and then find yourself outside of the town. You notice several people kind of glancing at you as you're making your way out. It seems pretty obvious where you're headed. This is a very common thing now. You'll notice some of the guards even, they'll see you and they'll say, good luck, go get them. It seems to be a pretty common occurrence at this point, so they're really tuned in to what's going on. As you guys exit Saltmarsh proper, you find yourself in the larger Saltmarsh regional area. And this map is a little bit deceiving because the way it shows that is this obviously is where Saltmarsh is, but this river, as you'll see, is the Kingfisher River. It's the same one. So once you can kind of think of this river as kind of splitting the town in two. So once you are across the river, you're essentially here at this point, and you guys have an understanding of where the ancient ruins is. So other than just hoofing it, stepping to the ancient ruins themselves, is there anything in particular that you're doing?
Yeah. So, she said work as a team. So, and you've probably seen me fight. I do a lot of chokeholds, little stab and grab, little hook and jab to get out of town. Maybe some fisticuffs, kicks, things like that, headbutts. I could do improvised stuff, but I don't have any armor or anything. But that's kind of what I do. Hey, what do you guys do? Hey, Nine Reed, good guy. What do you do?
Be big. Me got the shield. Me got this great big axe. Me got trident.
Good.
All right.
Good job.
I think Nine Reeds is our front man. Brock, seems like you can move fast. I don't think you're going to take any blows, but you move fast, hit hard, right?
Yeah, kind of middle guy, kind of like strategery.
Aldrin, you look like you know what you're doing with that trident.
Oh yeah, the shield here, and like hit him with one of these, like ha 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 ha, and poke out a bunch of times and show him his trident skills.
All right,
All right.
That should do it.
Aldrin, as you're poking out, let's do a character spotlight on Aldrin.
All right, so Aldrin is whenever he's like adventuring or he's wearing some some medium armor. And then he carries a shield, and his main weapon is a trident. He also has a couple of nets, like from fishing, that he'll kind of have draped over his shoulder that he might take out and throw if the opportunity arises. A lot of his fighting techniques and skills he learned just as the trade of being a fisherman. As far as his physical appearance, he's a pretty average-sized person, I would say. 5'10" or so, moderate build. Kind of that working strength of growing up on a ship, but not particularly big or bulky of a person. And he's just got a little bit of that working out in the sun all the time kind of tan going on.
All right, thanks for that. And actually, that is a perfect reminder. So with a net, this would be what is known as an effect roll in our house rules. So I don't think I added this one for you guys. So let's do that real quick now. Let's head over to our Macro Mule character sheet. When you open that up, go to the Advanced Tools section, and that's where we've got a bunch of built-in character macros. You're going to want to scroll down until you find the one called Effect Roll. Once you find Effect Roll, just hit the slider, Show on Macro Bar, turn that on, and then that should add it to your bottom bar. Anytime you're making an effect roll, for example, you throw a net and see if you restrain somebody, that's what's going to be called for an effect roll. You're going to use this button. It's going to then prompt you for what type of effect roll to use. And then, yeah, there we go. We've got an example posted right there.
Okay, my computer was trying to catch up. Try that again, please. Thank you.
No problem.
Open.
Yep, so you open Macro Mule, and then on the top, go to Advanced Tools. And once you click Advanced Tools, you should see Character Macros is currently selected, and it lists a bunch of macros. Just scroll down until you find the one called Effect Roll. And then just turn the slider from Show to On for the Show on Macro Bar column. And then once that's down on your bar, if you want, like I did with the other macros for you guys, you can right click to rename them, and then you can also change the color doing that same way if you wish. All right, guys, with that done, you guys are making your way closer to the ancient ruins. Feel free to continue chatting as you're talking about your various fighting techniques and styles and so forth. I'm imagining you guys are kind of walking and talking, however, so I'm going to advance you a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey,
while Aldrin was showing this, he would like equip his shield as part of that to kind of, he'd be walking around with the shield on, Pike kind of using it as a walking stick.
Hey, Jiro, right? You're the cop. What you got going on?
I'm the eyes and ears, I guess you could say. I don't do much of the fighting, but I don't miss much when it comes to traps. My days on the force, I guess I know how to get into places that might be locked.
Ooh, I was going to ask about that. I'd hate to have us run into a locked door and be stuck. Is the sort of thing you can get us past?
I pull out my crowbar. Got the key right here.
I was hoping for something a little quieter, but sure.
Yeah, do you got like lock picks too? I mean, are you that skilled or just brute force kind of stuff? Just good to know.
Oh, I know how to use those too. Except
nice.
Didn't take mine when I left Seaton.
Oh, well, maybe we should buy some the next time we're in town.
All right, and as Jiro is speaking, let's do a quick character spotlight on Jiro. So, what does everybody see when they look at Jiro? Seems like he's a bit mysterious, but what's the outward appearance?
Jiro is a guy in his late 40s, I guess, but he might look a little young, maybe late 30s. Part of that, I guess, is because he's sort of looks like he's beaten down a bit, and so he might look a little frail. He's got a dark cloak on, but you can still make out the vigil of the Seaton guard on his armor and on his weaponry. And even though he's frail, you can still notice that he's always looking around, looking down, seeing who might have passed by, what's going on, sniffing about. So he notices a lot of stuff, but he's also been through a lot.
All right, keen-eyed observer with a little bit of mysterious past here. All right, excellent.
Okay, that leaves you, Brannick.
And I guess I'm pretty good with this quarterstaff. I've trained in a lot of different weapons before, but let's just say that I had to get pretty good with the stick for a while, so that's my choice there. I also have a sling if need be, and sometimes the wind will help me with a few things as well. But I'm just kind of learning to use the wind to help. Yeah.
What the hell does that mean, dude? Come on. Are you going to be up front with us? Or are you going to be in the back?
I'm kind of figuring that out. I guess I could be up front. I'm pretty good with the stick.
All right, and this seems like the perfect opportunity to wrap up our character spotlights with Brannick.
All right, so Brannick is obviously a dwarf. He's got some what could be either some well-used leather armor or studded leather armor, or maybe some hand-me-downs, or maybe he got it at a good deal. His quarterstaff looks handmade. He's got a shield. He also has a sling that you'd see too. That's not as common of a weapon. Oddly enough, though, for this dwarf there, what you also see is a little bit of a flute, and you also see a little shell that he uses that is one of those kinds that you can make noise out of.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that. All right, team, you're continually walking. I'm going to let you guys continue chatting if you wish, and then once I hear some silence, I'm going to advance us to the ancient ruins.
So, Lucan. You can do fireball, I'm sure. I've heard about fireball. Some guy was in the tavern the other day. Hey, weren't you there, Eldrin, talking about how you could drop a fireball like anywhere? That's Lucan, right?
I've been trying to learn fire spells. It's difficult. I seem to be better with cold right now. I'm pretty good with throwing ice and making things chilly. But I'll learn fire. I promise.
Yeah. All right. Oh no, that's hey, cold is cool too, right?
We breathe fire.
You can breathe fire.
Definitely in the front. We definitely keep 9 reeds in front.
Yeah, it come out my mouth and go, blah. It's very, very me scare people when I do it.
Yeah, make sure you're facing away from us when you do that, because you might forget.
Me no forget, friend.
Good as a quitter.
All right, so you guys continue walking to the ancient ruins all together. Takes you right about 3 hours or so. And as you're walking across over land, some of you guys again feeling the chill in the air, probably pulling your cloaks tighter to make sure to keep that chill off you. There's like a haze in the air as well. You can tell it looks like it might rain later today. The overland travel, though, is pretty uneventful. When you get your way to the ancient ruins, you notice as though they're sticking out essentially from the hills themselves. It reminds you, you almost have these like vague notions of like bones sticking out through ground. This kind of unsettling feeling goes down the back of your neck. You shake that off and approach the ruins themselves. Much like you were told, there is this very large outer wall of the ruins. It's gray stone. It looks to be very solid and at least 20 feet tall. And you notice in the center of this, there appears to be a large arch that is just an open way. There's no door there. It simply just seems to be a large arch opening in this outer wall.
I know we probably won't be able to find Ned's feet prints himself, but let me just look around before we get too close and see if there's some more recent footprints in case it matters or not.
All right, our first real check of the session. So because of how we're doing checks here, we're going to have a token on screen. So for right now, feel free to just drag your token, maybe throw them in the Azure Sea at the moment, and then click that token and throw me a blind check. And this, of course, will be blind survival. For future reference, when we have maps like this, probably what I'll do is I'll extend the map out and have tokens pre-built on the sides, just so it makes it a little bit easier. Okay.
And I am that big, by the way, in the water. I'm like Neptune, just to let you know.
It has that feel to it, doesn't it? Okay, so you're looking for any types of footprints, essentially what you're looking for here, Brannick?
Checking to see, how many, how recent, that type of stuff. You never be too secure, Mr. DM in the sky.
Yeah, so you definitely see a lot of foot traffic here. You can see various size footprints, both boots and what you assume to be more like shoes or bare feet. And in fact, you even notice what looks to be dog prints as well. So it seems like there's quite a bit that are heading right to the arch, and then quite a bit heading out. It would be very difficult to discern or try to separate them out into individual paths.
Yeah, it seems like, as expected, a lot of recent, someone even brought a dog with them. I think that's a great idea. We should get a dog sometime. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, dogs are great. Maybe we should go through that art. That's what they said, right? That was the way in.
Hey, but wait a minute. We're looking for Ned, and she said if we go in, it's like a different scene every time. There's no guarantee we're going to find Ned. Ned, are you out here somewhere?
There's no response on the wind, Brock.
We're not going to find him out here. Well, you're right. We might not find him in there, but it's a good place to start. Maybe he'll have found his way back by the time we're there.
Well, they said there was mist, right? Or like some cloudy stuff that we went through, and that took us somewhere else. Do we see that yet?
You
No,
do
no, the mist
not?
was on the way. The mist was the way out. You go through the mist to come home.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's get inside this thing. I mean, it's not going to get, we don't want it to walk away from us. Let's go in.
9 Reeds, we'll follow you.
Okay, me go first.
All right, you make your way through the arch here, 9 Reed, stepping into a ruined courtyard. You can see that there's sort of like a stone ground base here that looks similar to the wall, but a lot of greenery has broken through. Stones are split, uneven, and anywhere there are holes, these sort of weeds and grasses seem to be growing through. As you step through, you notice just off to your left side is this elevated location, short set of stone stairs that leads up to this flat piece of stone ground, and then you see this very large black stone. When you look at the stone, it looks to be about 8 feet tall by 5 feet wide.
Ooh, that's the ruin stone. We should go meditate next to it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some techniques, clearly.
All right, 9 Reeds, you just need to sit here and think of nothing. Can you do that? Just think of nothing.
Isn't that his default state?
That's a good one.
Hey, Adam, while I'm looking at this thing, I don't know if my stone cunning at all would help. So just throwing that out there.
I think stone cunning is like an activated ability now in 2024. Are you activating it?
And it's like tremor sense, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's tremor sense. Let me take a look at also. There was something else about. I'll take a look at them.
Okay, I'll say I know in 2014 it used to be like a special knowledge of stone ability that gave you like advantage on some checks, but I think they changed that for 2024.
Yeah, I may be thinking that.
But what I will say is just based on your dwarfiness, this doesn't look like a natural stone to you. It's seemingly too perfect in the way that it is shaped. Like the edges are absolutely smooth. The top is, it almost, my best real life example would be like a marble gravestone. If you think of like how smooth and flush what that is, it kind of looks like that. And then there's a lot of very faded writing and symbols that it's so faded it's hard to make out.
All right, super. I'm good.
This is really impressively cut. Is this dwarven, Brannick?
It's too hard to tell. I mean, if it is, it's nothing I've seen before.
Anyway,
All right.
I'm ready.
I'll meditate on this thing and see what happens. I mean, if I can learn some sort of technique that may help us survive, I think we should do it, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
All right, so you guys take a little bit of time here, 10 minutes or so, to relax nearby the stone, maybe lean up against the stone wall or sit on the stone's platform or steps, kind of just, fiddling with yourselves, but really, really trying to focus. At first, you feel a little bit foolish, unless any of you meditate in your private time. This does seem a little bit odd, and it seems almost like a waste of time, but as the minutes go by, you do start to feel a little bit like maybe things quiet down in your mind a little. There's a little bit more of a focus, and it's almost like you can see this like light on the horizon in your mind. And as you continue meditating, this light seems to get a little bit brighter, and after 10 minutes or so, it seems to be fully flush. You blink your eyes open a couple of times, and you notice now these symbols on the stone are much more easily readable. They are not faded at all. In fact, they almost look like they're outlined in gold lighting. So it's not sure if this is really happening or just in your mind at this point. But you notice that there are many different symbols, and they seem to be scattered around the stone itself. But after you look and kind of confer with one another, it seems pretty clear that these are grouped into 9 different sections. Each section seems to depict a different type of fighting style, and I use that term generically, not mechanically. So think of these as martial disciplines. So these are advanced fighting techniques that one could learn. You are able to tell based on your meditation here that you would have to focus on one of these martial disciplines, and then you may be able to unlock some of the techniques that are hidden behind it. So who would like to go first and be the guinea pig?
I will.
Yeah, I'd be second because I want to see him get zapped. I mean, yeah, let's.
All right, so Brock, as you step up and you try to really focus on the stone here, I'm going to give you recommendations, but then you can overrule that if you wish. So the 3 that seem to stick out to you most prominently are, the first discipline is what you can see is depicted as called the setting sun. And this seems to be all depicting little images and graphs and such like this that indicates using an opponent's strength against them. And it seems to be particularly suitable for users of quarterstaffs, short swords, or unarmed strikes, and it is keyed to your wisdom. The second one that might be of interest to you is known as the shadow hand discipline. This is shows being very stealthy, being deceptive, and ambushing your opponents. This is key to daggers, short swords, and unarmed strikes, and it is key attribute of dexterity. And then finally, the stone dragon discipline, which seems to be very much focused on strength, power, and toughness. And this is focused weapons of greatsword, great axe, maul, or unarmed strike. And this is a key attribute of strength. So those 3 stick out to you. You can look at the other ones if you wish, but those 3 stick out to you.
That sounds fine. I'll go with I'm gonna go with the strength characteristic.
All right, and I went ahead and posted this table in our Discord for easy reference for you guys. But sounds like Stone Dragon is the one you're focusing on?
Yes.
All right, so do me a favor, just type in chat and say, Brock focusing on Stone Dragon. All right, rest of the team, you can see that table in our Discord. Feel free to review that table and let me know, just like Brock just did there, by typing in which one you want to focus on. Right now, this is all the information you have. I'm sure you probably have other questions, but spending 10 minutes meditating on this stone, these are the only facets of information that you can sort of pluck out and discern.
Adam, where's it saved? Is it under DM announcements?
No, I just posted it in general.
Oh, okay. For some reason, it didn't light up. Thanks.
All right, see, we've got 4 out of 6 selections so far as team members are going up there and focusing on different aspects of the stone. Okay, we've got all 6 selections stated here. So it looks like we've got 1 Stone Dragon, 1 Shadow Hand, 2 Setting Suns, 1 Devoted Spirit, and 1 Tiger Claw. All right, so since you have now focused on the stone, you each get access to a special reaction now. This is the same reaction for all of you. You're probably going to want to write this in your character sheet, but let me explain it briefly, and then if you don't have it in your character sheet right away, you can just tell me you're using it, and for this session, we'll just kind of wing it. For future sessions, we'll want to make sure this is built into your sheet. This reaction is called Sublime Demise. So how this works is after you attack on your turn, you hit a creature. So this means you use an attack roll to hit a creature, and they're within 30 feet of you. You can use a reaction to try to demise the creature. So essentially how this works is that if their HP is low enough, so right now at your current level, if they have 3 HP or less when you use this reaction, They are killed instantly, and you absorb a fraction of their power, and you gain 1 technique point. So you can only do this on your turn. It does use your reaction. If you target a creature that has more than 3 HP, obviously you're not going to know how much they have, but you'll have their bar to look at to gauge a guess. If you use it on someone that has more, it just fails and does nothing, and of course your reaction's burned. But if they have 3 or less, they are killed, and then you get that technique point. Any questions on that?
Can you post that in the chat?
Yes.
Thank you.
Again, that's very wordy, so I was trying to just summarize it for you, but that's, you'll see more of this once we reveal the full information. But right now, I'm just letting you know that 3 is the manifestation rating at level 1. You'll notice there it says worthy opponent. So obviously this is one of those things that I'm just putting in there to stop gimmicks like, oh, I strike a cricket and then I demand, it's that kind of thing. But essentially, as long as they meet a minimum CR threshold, then they can qualify. The higher level you are, the closer or the higher the CR of the opponent has to be in order for them to be considered a worthy opponent.
It's like the bloodline stuff.
Very different from bloodlines. Bloodlines are cool, but this is very, very different from them. All right, any other questions about the stone or the Sublime Demise reaction? Okay, guys, then your meditation is complete. Each of you have declared which martial discipline you're focusing on, and these thoughts are essentially now almost like whispers in the back of your head as you're moving about, tiny little images that are not distracting in any way, but kind of just filtering your head as you'll notice as you're moving, it almost like shows different ways that you could be moving, but you're only getting glimpses of them at this point. So they're not really focused. They're just like a little bit of like blurbs of information in your head. All right, so as you guys step away from this large stone that was just sort of off to the side, you notice the courtyard extends out. There's sort of like a half wall inside. There's a way to essentially go left into a room. There's a way to go straight into the large courtyard, or there's a way to go right where you see a set of stairs leading down.
I guess that's the way in, right?
I think there's multiple ways in. Either one of them seems like a choice. What would Ned do? Now, not to mean it might. She says it changes every time you go in, but worth a try anyway.
Speaking of Ned, dude, it's Brock. Where are you, man? We've been looking for you.
No immediate response.
Well, everybody knows we're here now, though. Anyway, Brock, you're the most like Ned I can think. Which one of these ways would you want to go? Into the room, down the stairs, or straight ahead?
Ned would have gone straight down the stairs. The guy is reckless.
Yeah, that drives. Who wants to lead the way down? I don't think I should.
Oh, we can go first.
All right, so 9 reads, you make your way to the east to see these set of stairs, and you start descending. The rest of the team follows behind you. You notice these set of stairs go down and then turn to the left. As you follow them, you walk down the stairs, they turn one more time, and then as you take a step at the last stair, this odor immediately strikes your nose. It smells like the stench of swamp. You notice now in front of you, it seems as though there is a swamp area. There's like swamp water nearby. There's dead logs. There's a bunch of reeds and different pieces of plant material sticking up through the swamp water. And you notice the edge of a rocky surface. This looks like a cave opening just to your south.
Look like swamp.
Maybe we should go in there. Hey, Brannick, you got your tracker stuff? You see any like footprints or anything?
I could probably take a look. Yeah.
All right, team. So I'm going to put you here because this is essentially what you're seeing. So think of this as you're on the edge and you're looking this direction. This is where you're seeing this cave mouth. you're noticing this swamp water here. I've put all of you on this map. I want to make one quick technical note. This map does not have a grid enabled because it's an old school map and I had to try to make it work with the technology. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide each of you into the middle of a square. If you use the keys on your keyboard when you're moving, you'll move one square to one square. That will work. If for some reason you ever drag your token and you get off-centered, then the keys will keep moving you off-center. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to unlock the tokens. I'm going to put you guys in a single square just to make this easy.
It's dark. Hey, Adam, can I cast light? Do you have a token I can attach to myself?
If you wish to cast light, now keep in mind, you're right outside of this rocky area. But yeah, when you step down the stairs and you noticed, it was light essentially where you were because it was light outside and there was some light coming in through the ancient ruins. But basically when you step on this last step, everything goes dark. You don't see anything. If your natural reaction would be to cast light, you can certainly do that.
Oh, sorry, it just took a second. I can see a little bit now. But yes, if it goes completely dark, my reaction would be to cast light.
So right now what I'm trying, we'll see if this works or not. I'm trying to use Explorer mode. We've tried this before, but unfortunately with the Roll20 performance, it usually dies pretty quickly and lags hard. So what that means is that you'll see a grayed out image of what you've seen at least at one time. So if anybody starts getting, really trouble with the performance, let me know. I can turn it off, but we're going to just try it for this one. All right, so as you guys, some of you start making your way south quickly, I'm going to give a quick description. So those of you that just moved to the south there, you notice the rotten stench of swamp permeates this cave, which contains a flooded, stagnant pool. The water rises above a human's ankles. The cave bulges to the northeast, creating an oblong chamber, while to the south you perceived forked passageways extending roughly south and southeast into the chilling darkness. As you step here, you notice to your east, glistening movements catches your eye. 3 humanoid shapes with tails, lizards' heads, and other reptilian features. They snarl threatening. All right, and guys, we are in our first active initiative. So first, let me go ahead and post this quick description for reference. Then, as a reminder, based on our house rule, I'm going to go ahead and throw on initiative here. All right, so initiative has been rolled. This is your initiative. As a reminder, I don't roll the enemy's initiative yet. You have the option at this point, if you wish to agree to lower your initiative to a different number, you can do that. Would anybody like to lower their initiative? All right, no takers there. If anybody has the alert feat and they want to offer to a different person to swap initiatives, please do so now.
I think, is that 9 reads in front, the 6?
9 reads did step to the south, yes.
You want my 20?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so Brock takes a 6, 9 reads takes a 20. Please make that change and I'll resort. Does anybody else have alert?
I have it as well. I was going to offer it to Brannick.
Okay, so let's see. Lucan offers to Brannick. Brannick, do you accept?
Yeah, of course I do. I want to get these lizard folks quickly.
All right, so you guys switch your initiatives. Lucan goes to a 9. Brannick goes to an 18.
I have it as also, but I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Got a lot of alert team members. All right. Okay, so your initiative should now be correct. I'm going to give 2 seconds to make sure no one says, oh, it's wrong. All right, now we're adding the opponents in. Okay, and we find ourselves in our first situation here. Okay, so top of the round, Aldrin is the first to react. Let me unlock the tokens. So Aldrin, essentially, you've just seen what you've seen before you. You've noticed some movement from your team members. It is your turn to react. What would you like to do?
All right, I will start by moving south. Oh. Okay, see that guy. 18. Say move to there. That's 20. And then I will attempt to attack this creature by trying to smack it with my trident.
Try to smack it with your trident. Okay, let's see how effective that is.
I guess spirit with the trident.
All right, you stab forth with the trident. Unfortunately, not very effective. That is going to miss.
Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do. I don't really have a useful bonus action, so that will end my turn. I don't see an end turn button anymore, though. I don't know if that's gone away or if we still need to use it.
I still see mine.
I'll go ahead and switch it for you, but yeah, it should be in effect.
I also don't have one.
All right, one second.
Okay. I was able to add it by going to macros and then put it in the bar there. But it's not checked anymore by default. I think you just have to re-enable it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it, actually, with the new way I'm doing this, that might not work. So just call out when your turn's over, and then I'll go ahead and end your turn.
Okay.
All right, next up is 9 Reeds.
Okay. I am going to bonus action rage. And then I will move... Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta do the 5, 10, 15. And I'm going to swing out with a great axe.
All right, great axe in hand. You chop down towards this creature. All right, you notice as the blade of your axe comes down, it raises this hide and wooden shield and blocks your strike.
I think that's all I've got too, so I end my turn.
All right, next up is Brannick.
All right, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say, "For Nelden!" And I'm going to smack this guy with my quarterstaff.
All right, you swing out with a quarterstaff. You notice, much like what you didn't see this, but I will say 9 Reeds, you notice much like what happened with you, the creature manages to get its shield up in time and block the quarterstaff.
Nelden's going to have to wait. All right, that'll be my turn. Let me push. Do you want me to try the end my turn button and see if it works?
You can try it. I don't think it's going to work, though, because I switched to this other mechanism.
Yep, it didn't work.
All right, no worries. For now, I'll see if there's a way that I can add a button for you guys, but for now, just call it out. All right, this one here in the back. You notice this is a lizard folk reptilian-looking humanoid. It has this what word am I looking for here? It holds arrows. Quiver. That's the word. Quiver on its back, and you can see the lizard folk is slighter than the other 2 lizard folks. He is going to step down to here, and then you notice he has a horn bow that he pulls to bear. He is going to fire a couple of shots at 9 Reeds. So 9 Reeds, I'm going to need 2 defensive rolls from you. So as a reminder, make sure your token is selected, and then you're going to click defense roll on your side. All right, so you've got a 16 on your first defensive roll, so you do manage to evade that shot. He then quickly shoots at you a second time. 22, yes, you managed to evade both of those shots. And he's going to move on down to there. Alrighty, this guy's turn. He is going to wallop out at Brannick here. Brannick, defense roll, please. All right, 14. That is enough for you to evade the swing of this creature. You see he's holding on to this heavy wooden mace as he swings it by, and you manage to evade that strike. Okay, Lucan is up next.
Okay, Lucan is going to just step ahead here. So, oops. Oh, sorry. Use the keys, I think. I can move. Can't move.
You not need to put yourself back to your pointer instead of your measuring tool. Use your pointer, click on your
Yep.
token, and then move.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Except it's only moving a pixel at a time. That's not great.
Really, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Let me try real quick.
Seems to be my theme of today.
It works normal for me, so just to make sure you're clicking your token, you're hitting an arrow key on your keyboard, and it's barely moving.
One pixel at a time.
Wow, yes, you're just the oddball. So try just dragging one square at a time.
Sure. 5 to there. He's just going to reach around the corner here and fire a ray of frost at the one that's just got line of sight on.
Okay. You try to aim past Jiro here, shooting off a ray of frost. Yes, this smacks in solidly at the creature. Go ahead and post damage. All right, the ray strikes it, slowing it down a bit.
Step right back to where I was. Yeah, my turn.
All right, you'll be sharing that square with Brock at the moment, which means you'd have to fall prone. Do you want us to do that?
Sure, I'll slide. I'll baseball slide back under his legs.
All right, and then you drop prone. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set you prone in that square.
Whoa, that was cool.
All right, next up is Jiro.
All right, I want to drop my lantern and pull out my crossbow.
Okay, so interact with object will let you set down your, or actually, yes, you can set that down, and then we'll assume you had your crossbow ready to go, and it is ready to bear.
All right, and I'm going to move down 5 feet and attack this guy right here with the crossbow.
All right, you shoot through some of your allies trying to hit that guy. Let's see it. Yeah, 24, that's going to do it. All right, the bolt punctures into the lizard folk, wounding him badly.
In my turn.
All right, next up is this guy here. He's going to step up and put the flank on 9 reeds. He is going to swing out at 9 reeds, and because he has the pack tactics ability, 9 reeds, I need a defense roll at disadvantage. All right, so that is going to be a 13. And this guy does manage to hit you. You try to defend this, but he manages to smack through thanks to his abilities. All right, once he smacks into you, you're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Does that account for the half?
Nope, you have to do that yourself, so you would just
Okay,
deduct
sounds
2.
good.
All right, move to Brock's turn.
Okay, moving. Yeah,
And Brock,
10
I'm
feet.
just going to kind of center you in a square real quick, so when you use your keys, it's a little bit more straight. There you go.
Cool. Thank you. 5 10. Looks like I can. I want to kill that guy and get a tech. I want to do dismay already. Okay.
I thought that might be an interesting side effect of that rule. We're going to see who's going to be trying to kill Steel.
Exactly. That guy is really badly wounded. 10, 15, 20, 20. I'd get an opportunity. No, I wouldn't. Okay. $30 to there.
Okay.
All right. And then to the guy to the northwest, I seem distracted with Brannick. I'm going to do a spinning kick to the head.
All right, spinning kick to the head. Let's see it. You kick out, but do not connect.
And bonus action unarmed strike with the spinning back fist.
All right, spinning back fist. 18, that's good enough. You strike into the scaly hide of the lizard folk. That will
Dismay.
wound him.
Disarray.
All right, you try to use your Sublime Demise reaction, and it is not effective. Anything else on your turn here, Brock?
No.
All right, that will take us to the top of the next round with Aldrin.
All right, I'm gonna stab out again and try to hit this guy.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not
man.
going to connect.
Not learning how to do this very well. I will I'm actually just gonna stay where I'm at and end my turn. We'll see if the end turn button works.
No, it won't. Just keep calling them out.
Okay.
9 reads.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at it. The one to the north.
Okay. 23, yes, that will hit. With 9 points of damage, you slash into the creature's chest and it collapses backwards.
All right, and then I'm going to move 5, 10 to here.
5 feet to
And
there, all right.
Or, yeah, however you want to do the math there. And then, in my turn.
All right, next up is Brannick.
All right, I've decided I want the archer. So I'm going to go there with my 30, Adam, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm definitely going to pulverize this guy with my quarterstaff. I mean, there is no doubt.
I like the confidence. Let's see it.
For nailed it!
20, yes, that will connect. You buttress him with your quarterstaff, wounding him a bit.
Let me see if that's adding. It should add the details, but I just want to check because it's a new thing. Okay, yep. So I rolled a 1 there. I'm assuming
Sounds about right.
that. Also, I have the topple effect, so he has to make a DC 12 strength saving throw, or he's toppled.
All right, so this is an effect roll, so make sure you have your token selected. Use that new effect roll button we just had you add on your bottom bar. And then this is you're using an effect roll, and this is based on your strength. Is that correct?
Well, he has to make a strength saving throw, is how it's worded.
How is the DC calculated, though? Plus the ability modifier you use to make the attack roll. So you use strength on this. It looks like you had a +2 strength. So that means the DC is going to be, you're going to make a strength effect roll. Sorry. So you're going to make a strength effect roll, and then we'll see if he's affected.
Okay, and I can't, my apologies, I didn't find the effect roll.
Sure, yeah, let me walk you through one more time
there.
real quick. So you want to go to the character sheet section on the right-hand side, open the character sheet that's titled Macro Mule, and once that one's open, click on the third thing on the top that says Advanced Tools. With that selected, it should start on the character macros list. Just scroll down in that list until you find Effect Roll, and then turn where it says Show on Macro Bar, change the slider to Show. Went through that pretty quick. Did you follow all that?
No, my apologies, Adam. I was looking at the macro button on the where the macros are on DC on roll 20. So I have to do on the character sheet. You're saying?
You want to open the Macro Mule character sheet. So let's do that first. Make sure you have the Macro Mule character sheet. It should be at the very top of the handout section. Just click that and let me know when that's open. Or if you're struggling, I can try to do it for you real quick.
No, my apologies. I forgot exactly where the macro mule was. My apologies. I found it. Yeah.
No, okay. And so once that's open, you want to click Advanced Tools on the top there. And then that should open the Character Macros section. And then just scroll down till you find the one that says Effect Roll. Should be near the bottom of the list.
My apologies, Adam.
No worries.
So
Let
I
me see.
found-
I've actually wanted to test this out anyway. Let me see if I can actually do this for you even when you're in game. I didn't know if this would work or not, but let me just see. This will be a good test.
Yeah, so I'm looking at advance and everything, and
All right, so I've got your sheet open. Or I should say your view open. Loading incredibly slow, though, unfortunately.
I went to advanced.
All right, so I'm doing it for you. So advanced tools, I'm on the character macro section. I scroll down until I see effect roll. I click the show option. Or actually, I can't click the show option, unfortunately, so you do have to do that. All right, I see
Okay,
you just
I
did it.
found it.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, so now that you've got that, go ahead and click that button on your bar. And then it should prompt you for which stat you want to use, and this would be strength. Awesome. Okay, so a 9 effect roll, you do not topple him.
Okay, all right, thanks. Sorry for that delay on that.
No worries.
But I did scare him, though, right?
Well, we're going to find out.
All right, that'll end my turn.
All right, as we end your turn, it is his turn next. You're going to notice as he puts one hand to his side where he takes out this bone dagger, and he is going to jab out at you with this bone dagger twice. I need 2 defensive rolls. 23, 24. Yes, you managed to evade both of those strikes pretty easily. We move to Lucan's turn. So, Lucan, you were prone. Are you standing up?
Yep, I'll stand up for 15.
All right, it is your turn.
Okay, move there for 20 feet of movement. Again, I'm going to try to snipe this first one that's closest with Ray of Frost.
All right, you're leaning around trying to shoot by your allies here. Go ahead and make your attack. 25 crit. Yeah, that'll certainly hit. Go ahead and post crit damage.
Nice.
Holds out his hand, and this blue beam shoots out towards the critter, and chills him, slows him down a bit, and then I'll, for 25 feet, move back to where I was.
All righty. Okay, next up is Jiro. Jiro, we have you?
Yep, sorry about that. I am going to shoot crossbow at this guy.
All right, you take a shot at the close nearby lizard folk. 15. That you're all confident this is going to hit, but at the last moment, he intercepts your strike with his shield.
I'll stay where I'm at in my turn.
All right, it is this guy's turn next. He is actually going to swing out at Brock, seeing Brock doesn't have any armor on. He thinks that'll be easier to hit. Brock, give me a defensive roll, please. 18. Yes, you managed to easily evade his strike, and Brock, it's your turn.
Come on, you're ugly. So I have a unique thing here, Adam. You've read it. If I use improvised weapons, I get to use a weapon mastery of sap. So I've looked it up. It said if I use a weapon and wield it in a way contrary to its design. So can I pick up this dude's sword that fell and died and kind of just smack him bottom on the head with the hilt of the sword and count as an improvised weapon attack?
None of them had swords, but you can certainly pick up the mace from the ground and, just hit him with basically the hilt.
Yeah, I kind of just use it as it's not intended, but it's still going to be a pugilist weapon. Okay, yeah, I'm going to reach down, free action, grab this thing, flip it in my hand, and bop him.
All right, you try to hit him essentially with the back end of the weapon. Yeah, that'll certainly do it. And then just go ahead and hit your crit damage there. All right, so you bash into him and knock him off his stance a bit, wounding him.
So he'll be sapped from that.
All right, you're sapping him, okay.
And then kick to his gut, just like a donkey kick.
Okay. 17, that's good enough. That is going to wound him.
All right, and then we're going to move, and then I'll end my turn. So you can. And that's it. End my turn.
All right, top of the third round, Aldrin.
All right, I'll start by moving down, and then I will attempt to strike out with my trident.
All right, third time's the charm. Let's see it. Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, and then
All right, you pierce right through his chest, killing him.
take that. All right, so that was 5 feet. Continue moving. 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get into this space next to Brannick here, but next to the wall?
You can, but you'd be squeezing.
Okay, and then what exactly happens with squeezing again? Can you remind me?
Attacks against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage.
Okay, I don't know if I want to do that, so I will, for now, just stay where I'm at and end my turn.
All right, 9 Reeds is up next.
I don't forget, kind of clustered right there. Okay. I'm going to move down to here, and I'll take the dodge action.
All right, anything else?
Get him. You're my way. And end my turn.
All right, as the new barbarian player, I'm going to remind you to bonus action extend rage.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Bonus action extend rage.
All right, Brannick is up next.
I said fall, you bastard lizard.
22, that'll hit as well. You bash him and wound him once again. 11, not good enough to knock him down.
In my turn.
All right, it is his turn. Yeah, he is going to stab out once again with that bone dagger. 2 more defensive rolls there, Brannick. 24 is definitely good enough. 12 is not good enough, so he does manage to stab you with that attack. All right, that's 5 piercing damage to Brannick. Okay, Lucan.
Yeah, kind of modus operandi. He moves up 5 feet, peers around the corner. Ooh, sees lots of his teammates. He's going to move another 5 feet to here for 10 feet.
Call that 15 because you're going through the wall there.
Around the corner there, 5, 10. Okay, 15, yep. That's the only one that he sees. I guess we have to try a fire past multiple allies. Would that increase the difficulty, or any chance of hitting them, or just make it a harder shot?
Makes it a harder shot. No chance of hitting your allies, though.
Okay, that works. I'll take be a wild stab. I'll try a fire around the big guy and over the little guy. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll try.
21 is good enough, even with the cover.
Sweet.
He is near death.
Oh, if only I had a reaction. I will.
Can I use my reaction?
Well, as a reminder, since it's brand new, you have a reaction called Sublime Demise, which you can use on targets within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could use my reaction now on this bastard.
No, not you.
Can I use it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it had to be a melee attack. Oh, sweet. I will definitely try that reaction.
As long as you're within 30 feet, it works. All right, so remind me, which martial discipline did you attune to or focus on?
Setting Sun.
All right, so this is completely optional now, or not optional. It's up to you. It's your creativity. So think of this as what you think of when you visualize the setting sun or the description of using an opponent's strength against them. Think of some kind of visual, sort of ephemeral visual artifact, right? This might be like literally a sun setting on them. It might be them being thrown around. Whatever you visualize this in your head, that image is going to appear and cause them to die. So what does this look like for Lucan?
And it'd be for this character the rest of the campaign.
I mean, you can be relatively fluid with it as long as it's, kind
Okay.
of in the same general area.
So for this one, because it was a ray of frost, I think it would be like a sudden flurry, like a gust of cold, maybe like a little tornado effect that would spin around him and finish him, freezing him solid.
All right, and with the sublime demise, he is destroyed, dead. And with that, because he was in the HP threshold, we're going to give 1 tech point to Lucan. All right, team, we seemingly are out of combat as that was the last opponent that was obvious. I'm going to go ahead and cancel combat for us here.
Well done, guys. That was a good first fight.
You guys were amazing. That was incredible.
All right,
I wonder if
and
these things have anything valuable on them.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, but as we are 20 minutes past our normal break time, let's go ahead and pause, take our break here, and we'll pick back up with you guys checking the bodies on the other side. See everybody in 15. All right, we're back on the second half of our session. Let's get the team back over to where we left off here in the ancient ruins. All right, team, you have just defeated these lizard folk whose bodies lie in this stagnant, swampy water at this point. I believe I heard a call for searching the bodies.
Yep.
All right.
Smack one of them again.
You smacked the dud guy once again. All right, so I'm going to assume then it's Aldrin that is doing the searching. So Aldrin, go ahead and give me a check here. Let's do an investigation check.
Oh boy. All right. I'm not the greatest at this, but sure. So this is a blind check, right?
Yep, this will be a blind check.
Oh, I found something good.
You look over the bodies. You see that they weren't wearing armor or anything like that. They just had their scales essentially for defense. They had maces on them. The 2 bigger, bulkier ones did. They also had some javelins that were in like a holster on their back. So 3 javelins apiece there. The other one that's closer to where Brannick is at the moment, he actually had a horn bow, and he still has 17 arrows, and then a bone dagger, but nothing else of interest.
Anybody want that dagger? I don't seem to have any sort of hand-to-hand combat. I shouldn't ever need it, but anybody opposed to me taking that dagger?
Here you go. And I'll grab the javelins as well, so I can have something potentially to throw that I don't have to re-retrieve.
Okay, you've got him.
Okay, which way we
Are
go?
these steps going south from where I'm at?
So they're actually not steps. The stone that you're seeing is actually underneath your feet at the moment, but it's covered with water. So think of that as just the sort of like dark stone floor.
Okay. I see something on the floor to the other room in this hallway.
Maybe we should go that way. This way is just more water, at least from what I can see. Maybe I can take a look around the corner real fast, though.
Yeah, I don't know where that guy was running to.
Alright, so we want to just go the other direction and ignore this one?
Oh, me see door.
Alright.
All right, 9 reads. As you start stepping down here, please give me a blind perception check. Okay, as this opponent leaps out of the shadows, your eyes catch them. You are not caught surprised, but the rest of the team is. So I'm going to go ahead and put us into initiative once again. Okay, so team, you see your initiatives there. If you are surprised, which again is everybody except 9 reads, please roll your own initiative. Keep in mind what you see in chat there. If what you roll is less than what is in initiative, please update with whatever it is you rolled.
So just take the lowest, is what you're saying.
Correct. You had disadvantage, so whatever, from what I posted versus what you posted, whichever is lower, you're taking the lower one. Just give you guys a moment to handle that. All right, has everybody updated their initiative to be the lower of what they rolled or what was originally posted for them?
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
Jira, I'm kind of thinking 22 couldn't possibly be the lower. Are you sure you updated yours?
Oh, whoops.
All right, thank you. It sounds like everybody is good then. Doing a quick double check. Okay, that looks correct. Okay, now if you have alert, you can offer. So let's just go from top to bottom. I think, Brock, you have alert. Would you like to offer?
Yeah, I'd like to offer it to 9 reads.
Okay, 9 reads. Would you like to take it?
Which one this is? Is he 11?
He's
Yeah, I'll accept that.
14.
Oh, 14. Oh, I see him. Okay. Yep, I'll accept that.
All right, please update. Okay. All right.
Not changing mine.
Okay, Jiro, I think you also had alert.
Yeah, Aldrin, do you want to swap?
Sure. So I'm 11, is that right?
11, yeah.
Okay, everything is set. All right, now just as a reminder, guys, we got through that first battle. I wasn't trying to throw too much at you at once. So I want to remind you guys about the house rule about enemies when they drop. They do get 1 death save. That will be in effect moving forward, just so you're aware. All right, let's go ahead and add the opponent into initiative. All right, and he is the quickest to act, so he leaps out of the shadows to attack you here, 9 reads. All right, as he leaps out of the shadows, he is going to use his special ability of Lucky in order to attack you at advantage. Please give me a defense roll at disadvantage. 4. Okay, that means this is a critical hit. So as he leaps out of the shadows, he critically hits you. I'm going to roll this, and then I'm going to have to add some damage on top of this. Or actually, no, I've got this built in. It will do the crit. All right. All right, this is going to be 16 points of slashing damage to 9 reads. 9 reads, you are still raging, so that will be cut down to 8. But he gets a massive strike on you. All right, that is his attack. And then he is going to use his nimble escape ability to move backwards. And in Goblin, you hear him shouting, wake up, we're under attack. 9 reads, your turn.
Okay. I don't know what he said. I'll speak that. 1. So 5, 10, 15, or 15, 20. Oh. There's a lot of them. Many. Okay. That changes a lot of things, so.
Remember, 6 seconds.
Okay. And then I'm going to move to here. And then I'm going to actually, I'm going to use my breath weapon to cone 15 feet out from me.
All right. Use the measurement tool with a cone shape and show me where you're hitting.
Oop, snap. Oh. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can't fix that. Oh, I guess I need to broadcast that.
You don't need to broadcast.
Oh, okay.
If you don't broadcast, you and I still see it, just nobody else does.
Oh, okay. Let's see, 15 feet here?
All right, so it looks to me like that will affect 2. So since you jump to here, you look in that direction, what I will mention is that you notice that these are like cots over here. Well, let me switch off of my cone here. These are cots, and you can see that there are 2 opponents that seem to be sleeping on those.
Been alerted?
It's hard to
then-
tell. All this is happening in 6 seconds.
Okay. Then I will... Then I guess I'll just attack out at the first guy then.
Okay.
Here comes the attack.
21. Yes, that will hit. All right, you slash down and cut the goblin in half. He falls to the ground, dealing enough damage to kill him outright.
Okay. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
What
I
the
guess...
heck?
I guess I'm going to just wait then. See what happens next. In my
All
turn.
right. Next up is Aldrin.
All right, start moving. 10. 35. Can I see any creatures? I don't know if these are actually creatures. I don't think so. If not, then I will.
If it looks like a creature to you, feel free to attack it.
Okay. What I'm going to actually do is I am going to hold my action that if anything gets in melee range, I'll stab it with my trident because I don't see any like character tokens or anything.
All right, so you're readying an action to attack if something gets within melee with you. Okay, anything else?
That's the full distance I can get. So, and I just took a ready action, so I can't take a dash. So yeah, that's it. It's my turn.
All right, Lucan.
Okay. Somehow changing to my turn. Crash my roll 20. It's sorry, I gotta do a refresh. The map died.
It's just all tech problems tonight, isn't it?
It's just layers and layers of tech problems tonight. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Come on, roll 20. Lucan's actually just gonna try to move around the corner there, but it's roll 20 is being very, very slow to load. I guess in order sensitivity of time, since I'm stuck loading. Adam, can you just move me around the corner? I think there's just a place I could take some cover there. I think I had to pass through one of our characters to do it, and just kind of one step down. I'm just going to take cover, and I can take the dodge action. I'll end my turn.
I've moved you where I think you're talking about. If I got it wrong, when you come back in, let me know. Brannick.
Sounds good.
Call that 10 because you can't move through the rock wall.
Okay. All right, Adam. I am going to make a little bit of a whooshing noise. That is my verbal, and I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at the closest goblin I see.
All right, what is currently in your hands?
I've got my staff and a shield.
Do you have a free hand to cast your spell? Does it have a somatic component?
Oh, yeah, there we go. I guess I don't have Warcaster on this character yet, right? All right, so for now, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay, you dodge. We'll move to Jiro's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move down.
All right, did we lose you again, Jiro?
Oh, oops, I was pressing the wrong button. I'm gonna move to here, and then I guess I'm gonna shoot this one with the crossbow.
All right, you take a shot through your ally here, trying to hit this creature. Go ahead and make your attack. Oh, trying to make sure you don't hit Brannick. Unfortunately, that is going to miss.
In my turn.
All right, next up is Brock.
Yeah, hey Adam, what's that pile of white stuff that I see down that corridor?
Can you ping or point what you're talking about? That looks like some debris from where you're standing.
Okay, moving. Any better look at it? Some improvised weapon I can grab from there?
Yeah, it's like small bits of rubble. So if you want to pick up like a stone, you could from there.
Yeah, heck yeah. This I flip it in my hand. This will work. And I'll move 25. So one more space and then end my turn. Wait, hold on. No. I'll take a dodge action and then end my turn.
All right, dodge and your turn. Move to the top of the round. Now the other creatures here are alerted. All right, the quickest to react is this one, who is going to hop out of bed and then move to here. And as he gets up next to you here, 9 reads, he's going to slash out with his scimitar. I'm going to need a defensive roll. Looks like you did not have your token selected. All right, now you do. That is going to be a critical hit against you there, 9 reads. So let's see what that does. All right, that's going to be 8 slashing damage to 9 reads, which is going to be reduced down to 4. 9 reads is looking badly hurt. Okay, this one. He is also going to pop out, and he's going to move to here. And then he is going to stab out with what looks to be a shank. I need a defensive roll there, 9 reads. This is going to hit as well. Stabs into you for 5 damage. We'll reduce that down to 2.
All right, well, I'm at 0.
9 reads drops to the ground, and next up is 9 reads. So 9 reads in the... trying to remember where I got this. This should be in the blind saves. If you click blind saves, then you should see one of the saves, a death save. You're going to click that. And again, make sure you have your token selected. All right, so I've got that result on my side. We end your turn. We move to Aldrin's turn.
Can you remind me, are we able to feed a potion of healing to an unconscious creature?
You can. In my head, I'm thinking that's an action instead of a bonus action. I know drinking it yourself is bonus. Let me see what the rules say. I don't recall.
I think it's just bonus actions in general, but I'm fine with either one.
You can drink it or administer it to another creature. Yep. So yeah, bonus action.
Okay, so I have one on me, so I'll move.
So
here.
what's in your hands right now?
It would be my trident. If I have to drop it to give him that, that I would do that.
Okay, so remember, if you drop your trident, that's your interact with object. Then you don't have an interact with object to pull out the potion.
Okay. So if that's the case, then there's no way for me to actually give him the potion. I would move here to stand over him.
Okay.
And attack, I guess, this guy with my trident.
All right, you stand over 9 reads downed body, and you strike out at this opponent. 15, yeah, that's good enough. You poke into him. Let's see how much damage.
All right.
4 points of damage. That's going to wound him.
Okay. And that doesn't look like enough, so I don't really have any other bonus actions that I can do right now, so I will end my turn here, standing over him.
I've got free hands. Don't worry about it. I got free hands.
All right, it's this one's turn. He's going to make his way over. And once he gets to here, he is going to try to stab down on 9 Reeds, who's down there prone. Since you're standing over him, I'm going to call this a straight up attack, not advantage. So 9 Reeds, defensive roll on the ground. Oh, unfortunately, a series of bad rolls in a row. This is also going to hit. That is going to be 2 failed death saves on 9 Reeds. Okay, Lucan.
Sorry, Adam. I have not been able to get back into Roll20. Trying a different browser.
All right, I'm pretty sure I can say at this point it's not Roll20. I think it's got to be Yuki.
It's got to be me. It's got to be me at this particular stage where I just can't actually get back in, which is wild. Oh, hey, there we go. Seems like something's happening. Nope, same effect. I can see the map, Adam, but I can't see any tokens, so I don't.
So yeah, you know what? I guarantee you this is that character sheet issue. It keeps reverting to your other token. So let me try getting you back on the screen. Yeah, I mean, talking about just crazy Roll20 issues, man. You would think that they would have made sure that if you could, if player character or players, I should say, can import their own tokens, you think they would make sure it like works properly. Let's see if I can do this.
It must be because I can get back in. I see the map, but
oh, actually, you know what? No, okay, sorry. All right, let me take that back. It's not Roll20's fault on this one. You don't have dark vision, and the source of light has moved away from you, so you're in the dark right now.
Oh, what was our source of light?
Jiro had a lantern out. Was one of the sources. That might have been the only one.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see what happens then. I want to move back into that light. So if I move, you're saying I can't pick the token now, though. Did that something happen there? Can't select my token.
But you can see light to your northwest. Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to move you one space to the northwest. Can you see the token now?
I can see the token. I can select the token. Yay! Okay. I can't move the token though. Jeez.
All right. So I'm going to move you here. So let's call that 10. Can you move now?
I can. Can I move? I can move a pixel at a time. Other problem to diagnose. There we go. So that was 15. I am going to. I see something. 20. I move 25 to there. I am going to cast right at this spot right here. I'm going to cast the sleep spell.
Okay. Go ahead and post that.
The rounds seem so long until you are troubleshooting a tech issue, and then the rounds go by so fast. Cast. And I guess that actually upcasts itself. Has no effect. Okay, there's no point in upcasting that. Great.
All right, so each creature of your choice in a 5-foot radius, which creatures are you choosing?
All of the. Oh no, maybe I won't choose Aldrin. Yeah, everybody but Aldrin.
All right, so you choose the creatures that you can see. All right, and so here comes some wisdom saves. Or actually, sorry, you make a spell effect roll. So please post me 3 spell effect rolls, and I'm just taking from top down. Make sure your token is selected.
Okay, I have it. Spell effect roll.
Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Post 1 more, because that first one you didn't have your token selected. All right, so I'm going to take those 3. All right, so 18, that's good enough to make this guy fall asleep. All right, and then an 11, let me check that one. No, he does not fall asleep, and a 7, he does not fall asleep either. So the one that you see closest to you does indeed drop to the ground, falling asleep.
Okay, I think I was at 20 feet. I'll move 10 feet back, and end my turn.
All right, next up is Brannick.
All right, Adam, I have a interact with object question. So if I drop my quarterstaff,
That's your interact with object.
okay, and so I would I be able to grab one of my healing potions and give to our down
No.
barbarian? Okay,
Nope.
all right.
So if you use your interact with object, that means you don't have interact with object to draw the potion.
What if you use your action to retrieve, like if it's in your backpack?
Yeah, then you'd still have interact with object, and you'd still have your bonus action. But right now, the challenge you guys are having is all of you guys so far have had both of your hands full. So to get a hand free is the interact with object.
I got free hands.
So I think what you're trying to ask, Carl, is that if he wanted to interact with object to drop his quarterstaff, use his action to draw the potion of healing, and then step up and use the bonus action to feed it, yes, that would work.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I would have done that on my turn, but I didn't realize that was a possibility. But it sounds like it is.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do that then.
Okay, so you drop your quarterstaff on the ground. That's your interact with object. Go ahead and move up so you can be close enough to feed a potion. Okay, you action to utilize, meaning draw the potion. You then use your bonus action to feed the potion to the downed 9 reeds. 9 reeds, go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
As I'm feeding it to him, I'm gonna say, I told the bastard maybe wants a healing potion, but no.
All right, so 9 reeds, some life flows back into you. Go ahead and give yourself that 8 HP back, and then reminder, 1 level of exhaustion.
All right.
Okay,
now
Brannick, that was a whole bunch of stuff. Anything else?
Yeah, so all I have is movement left, so I'm gonna go ahead and come up here. I'm gonna come this way. I don't trust that stuff in the middle there, and I'm gonna come there. And that'll end my turn.
All right, next
That'll be about
up we
20.
have this guy here. He's gonna go ahead and use his action to wake up the sleeping one in front, who is jostled awake. Alrighty, this guy here, he's going to move. Go here to put Aldrin in the flank. And then he is going to attack Aldrin on the flank. So Aldrin, defense roll, please.
Okay, one thing he will notice is that I'm shimmering a bit and quite difficult to hit due to the cloak of displacement.
Nice. Looks like you did not have your token selected. Go ahead and select your token and try again. All right, so he stabs out at you, but indeed does not connect. He's then going to bonus action disengage. Move back to here. All right, Jiro.
Just a little bit and shoot at this one in the back here.
All right, you fire through some other opponents trying to hit that one. Go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, that'll certainly hit. That is going to do enough damage to kill that one outright.
Move back to where I was and end my turn.
Okay, Brock.
Okay. Move 10 to there. I'm going to use a bonus action unarmed strike with the rock with the creature to my southeast.
So is this a bonus action that you're getting? So the reason I'm asking this is sometimes with the features, it'll say like, if you make an attack, then you can use a bonus action. Is this bonus action completely separate, or can you just post how you're doing a bonus action independent?
Yeah, it's I have it up on the pugilist on my iPad. You gain the following benefits, whatever. Unarmed bonus unarmed strike, you can make it an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
All right, good enough. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm using my action to drag 9 reeds out of there.
Okay, so let's start with that bonus action. You're trying to unarmed strike him. That is going to miss. And then you're using your action to grapple 9 reeds, and then you're going to try to move away.
Yes, and he has forced movement, so the opportunities will come to me, as I remember.
Yes, that is correct. Yep.
That was 10 to there.
So go ahead and, okay, so you do that. He is going to go ahead and take that opportunity attack against you, so defense roll. Yep, you managed to evade being struck.
And that's 30.
All right, you pull him backwards. Anything else on your turn, Brock?
And my turn.
All right, top of the next round is this one's turn. He's going to go ahead and activate his steady aim ability to attack Aldrin at advantage, which is going to cancel out to a straight attack because of the cloak. So Aldrin, defense roll, please. 17's good enough. He is unable to strike you. All right, 9 Reeds, you're currently prone on the ground. 1 level of exhaustion. What would you like to do? And, of course, rage ends when you fall unconscious. Let me just clear that real quick.
Yep. I clicked that off my sheet, so I'm going to stand up.
All right, you stand up using half your movement.
And does that round up or down?
It always rounds down.
Okay. That was actually kind of a silly question because I don't need the extra movement. I'm going to then move 5 feet to the diagonal here. And I'm gonna swing.
All right,
with my great axe.
Swing down at this guy. Go ahead and set yourself back to public, but we will take that. Yep. That is going to hit. Go ahead and post damage. 11 damage. You wound him badly, and he drops to the ground.
And then 5 feet. So can I use the cleave property with that?
I believe so. Yeah, go ahead and post the cleave property. Yep, so the only one that's within is behind significant cover, but you can certainly attack him. I'm going to give him a big cover bonus, though.
Does it say I have to reroll? It just says, oh, I see. Okay. I see. Okay, gotcha.
That'll do it, yeah.
Nice.
Go ahead and post a critical
There you
hit.
go.
All right, he is dropped to the ground.
The heck?
Okay. Well,
That's 36 damage.
Nice. Level one.
Cool. Yeah, hey, you know what? I know I just died 2 seconds ago, but you know what? The dice go in both ways.
It made you even angry.
Right.
I'm out of movement, so I end my turn.
All right, next up is Aldrin.
All right, I'm gonna stab out at the one directly to the south of me.
All right. Yes, you slam into him with your trident.
All right, so damage.
That is going to kill him outright.
All right, and then so that one's dead. This one, I don't know if it's dead, but if I can, I would like to use my reaction to try to kill it.
All right, use your Sublime Demise. All right, and which martial discipline did you focus on?
Let me find the name of it. 1 second. It was the Cunning one, something around that.
Diamond Mind?
No, I don't think it was. It was Devoted Spirit.
Devoted Spirit. Okay, so what does your ephemeral image of Devoted Spirit look like?
I think it's like a ghostly apparatus. It's probably Fey in nature that like shows up in their mind. It's kind of like the Grim Reaper, I guess, and shows up and it offers them a hand to the afterlife.
I'm assuming you meant to say ghostly apparition, in which case, love it. Yes, that will work, and he is slain, and you do gain 1 TP.
All right, and then I will move here and end my turn.
Okay, next up is Lucan.
Okay, not to continue the technical issues, but everything's gone dark for me again. But I think I'm still.
Everything has gone dark for you. Let's see. I think Jiro, I know you're using a 2-handed crossbow, but I think you're still giving off light. That's a whole nother question. But
yeah,
yes.
my lantern should be way up there to the north.
All right, so let's fix that. But yes, you should be seeing stuff right now because light right now should be coming off of Jiro's token. But I'm gonna throw a light just on the like outskirts here. Let me know if you see that light.
No, and I had my character token selected, but I can't select it again. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not even sure what to say at this point because yeah, that's just very strange. So I'm gonna
It's
put
super
this
bizarre.
light here that represents the lantern of Jiro.
Okay, nope, it's okay. All I was gonna do, I guess, if I think I can see more goblins to the south of me. Can I not?
You cannot. So I'm trying to do a quick check of light here.
I don't know why I can't select the token anymore. It was good till the last round, and something in the last round made it go away. So.
All right. So I think what's happening. So first of all, all right. So who is it? Brock? Do you have a light source right now?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
I got it. I did a refresh. That time it worked. Okay, good.
All right,
I got it.
but hang on though, Brock. I'm looking at your token and you're giving off light. I don't remember setting light on you, so I'm assuming maybe you used one of the macros. Are you holding a light source of some kind right now?
I went to click it. I didn't think it worked, and then he put his lantern on. So then I just like, okay, I'm using his lantern. But is it from me?
Yeah. So I'm turning your light off. And that should change things. So I think some of you guys that can't see right now shouldn't have been able to see. We're going to hand wave that a little bit. But okay, Lucan, you can see now?
I can't. Oh, I can see what I should be able to see. How about that?
That's what I wanted to hear. Perfect. Okay, so that's what you see.
It does certainly change my action, which I think I now need to cast light on myself in order to be able to see anything. So I would cast light maybe on my spell focus, which is a gem hanging around my neck.
All right, fair enough. I'll just turn that on quickly for you just to make it easy. That is your action, and that'll bloom into light.
Okay. Yeah. I will. This is my action. I will just shuffle over here for 5 feet, and then my turn.
Okay, Brannick is up next.
Oh, these darn people can't freaking see, can't get out of the way. There's one. All right, Adam. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of give this guy a little bit of. That's my verbal, causing some ray of frost here.
What is in your hands?
I dropped my quarterstaff earlier, and I have not picked it up yet.
All right, so you reach into your side pouch spell component that you bought?
There's no need for a spell component on Ray of Frost. It's
No
only
material
vocal.
component?
Yep, no material. It's only Featherfall, and I did not buy a spell component for it. So
All right, fair enough. So you motion with your hand, making some weird gestures. You point out at the guy just to your east. That indeed will strike. Go ahead and post some damage. All right, that is going to freeze him up a bit. All right, and I want to point out really quickly, last time, Aldrin, when you used your Sublime Demise, I let it work, but it technically shouldn't have, because it only works after you hit them, and I think that guy was already down. So I'm going to let you keep that one, but just for future reference.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was just any creature under 3 HP. Okay.
No worries. Yeah, but I double-checked the wording. It's after you hit them. So, all right, so Brannick, that blast works. You've frozen him. Anything else?
I'm going to go ahead and move up here just in case other people need some more space for any reason. All right, that'll end my turn.
All right, move to this guy. Yeah, he's going to try to hit you there, Aldrin. Defense roll. All right, 18. He swings out, is unable to hit. He is then going to bonus action Nimble Escape to move back to here. And he's going to open this door. And he's going to shout something in Goblin. Do we have anybody nearby that speaks Goblin?
I speak Goblin, I believe. Where are the languages at? If anyone can remember, remind me on these sheets.
Bottom right of the main page. Proficiencies in language. It's
Goblin, Dwarven, and Common.
All right, you're going to hear him shout out, Vilgrick, Vilgrick, help! All right, this guy is downed. He was dropped by 9 reeds. 9 reeds, please roll me a d20. All right, this one has passed away. Jiro.
All right.
Real quick, I'm going to say, they're getting a Valdrick. I don't know what it is, but they're getting a Valdrick.
Move up to here. Move to here. I'm gonna dodge. I can't see anything.
You move up
In
to
my turn.
there and dodge. We'll move to Brock.
Okay, Brock, action light, torch. The thing is, usually there's a torch icon. I didn't see it.
I think there is a macro for that. You would have to add it to your bar. Yeah, light snuff torch, but I can just add it for you real quick.
No, I just did it. I have it on my bar.
Oh, okay, excellent. You've got it, and I see the little torch icon. Even better.
Oh, that's what that thing is. Okay, copy that. Good. Okay, move.
Okay, so that was action to light a torch. Obviously, you get that out. You have to do a Clinton crazy. You can light a torch in 6 seconds, but that's the way the rules work. So.
No. Can you describe this room a little bit quickly?
I sure can. You briefly glance around during combat. This large chamber is set up as some sort of communal barracks, no doubt for those goblins you're fighting. You see a half dozen bunks. In the center of the room is a crude table with a pair of dice and several piles of copper coins.
And maybe a tavern mug I can grab and smash their face in with.
I would say that's pretty reasonable to see one of those on the table.
Okay, but I'm going to have an action. I have a bonus action left. I can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna end my turn.
All right, as we move to the next round. Okay, 9 reads. It's your turn.
All right. Going to move 5 to the corner here. 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. And I'm going to attack.
All right, make your attack. You slash outwards and the goblin ducks under your swinging blade.
Okay. In here. End my turn.
Okay, Aldrin.
All right, start moving. 5, 15, 20. The one south. It won't let me in that corner space to get the flank. Here. Can I move that?
That's not going to be a flank. It's kind of awkward here.
Okay. Well, can I occupy this space regardless?
Yeah.
To
Yep,
just
you sure
attack?
can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll stand here and I will attack at the goblin to my north.
Okay.
With my trident. Gotta find the button again. Trident one hit.
You stab outwards, but the goblin evades your strike.
Okay. I don't think I have any bonus actions, and nothing to use right now. That'll be my turn.
Okay, Lucan.
Holy crow, I think everything's working. Lucan, can you move 5 to there? Or is that 10 to? Oops, 10 to there.
I didn't see where you started, but if you cut through that wall, count it as 10.
No, I was right here.
Yeah,
So
count
I
that
think I was
as
clear.
10. So you can't go southwest from there because that would cut through that wall.
Okay. So 10 to there. Keep heading south. 15, 20 to there. 25, 30 to there. And I don't see anybody, so I will take the dodge action and end my turn.
All right, Brannick.
All right. Does he have any cover from 9 reads, or am I good where I'm at?
Oh, well, let's see. If I draw a line to him, yeah, he would have cover.
All right, I'm going to go there then, and I'm going to go ahead and blow another ray of frost at him.
All right, let's see that attack roll. 15, that is enough. Your ray of frost touches upon him, wounding him badly.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and try to use my reaction to see if I can go ahead and finish him off with another gust of wind coming from my new feat thing. New feature.
Okay, yes, he is within the HP range, so that is going to do the trick as your Sublime Demise slays him. All right, when that occurs...
If it matters, I took Setting Sun, so just to let you know.
Yep, so thinking of visualizing that, maybe that gust of wind had a little sun in there somewhere or something like that, but totally up to you.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit of sunny wind there. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and say, looks like I see another a goblin leader. Well, maybe I wouldn't see him, Adam. I can see him, but maybe...
If you can see him on your screen, you can see him.
All right, I'm going to say, it seems like a big baddie coming up. I think I know what a bulwark is. So I'm going to go up to go grab my... Adam, for my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and use Second Wind.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right, you end your turn. From inside that chamber steps forward a very exotically dressed goblin. You notice this vicious scar across his eye, and you see as he steps up here, he's wearing these strange robes. He is going to utter some magical incantation and fling his hand outward, and this huge blast of thunder reaches outward. He's going to stand basically like here-ish. That thunder is going to break through the door wall, hitting into 9 Reeds and to Aldrin. I'm going to need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
Okay, is that that's a blind save, right?
Nope, you can just make that public.
Okay. Said Constitution?
Constitution, yep. All right, you both managed to succeed, so you'll take half of this damage. So as this blasts outwards in this area, you'll both take 5 points of thunder damage. He is then going to move. He's going to open the door. And that's all she wrote. Okay, next up is Jiro.
I'm going to interact with objects, stow my crossbow. 10 feet over there, action, pick up my lantern.
All right, so I'm going to turn that light off and now put the light directly on your token. And remind me, what kind of lantern is this?
Hooded lantern.
Hooded lantern. Okay, just one moment. Ah, bummer. That macro is not working at the moment. Okay, 30-30. I can just set that manually.
Oh, is it too? Since it's a brand new character, is it too late to use a feature that I have for my character when I took damage?
I'm gonna say yeah, because we're past that. But remember it for next time.
Okay.
All right, Jiro.
Running 20 feet to there, and my turn.
All right, 20 feet to there in turn. We move next to Brock.
Okay, lantern in hand. Torch in hand. Tend to there because I want to do diagonal, but yeah. I'm gonna grab a mug, interact with object. So I have a tavern mug in my hand.
Okay.
Can I go there for 20?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm going to dodge.
All right, and that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, next round, we've got 9 reads.
Okay. I'm going to move 5 feet. So, 1 second. 5 feet. Oh, you know what? Fortune favors the bold. 10. This will be 15, 20.
All right.
I'm going to strike with my great axe.
All right, let's see the attack. Oof, you slip on some of those dried reeds on the ground, and 9 reeds, you miss.
Okay. That's all I got. End my turn.
Okay, Aldrin.
All right. 5. I think 10 is there. I can't see where the door is anymore, so I think it's there. Now I
You
can't
just
get through the door.
yeah, you just closed the door. Let me open
Yeah,
it.
the thing is, like, the door isn't even showing up on my screen. So,
It's
alright,
yeah,
so
it's roll 20. Unfortunately, it does that sometimes.
15, 20, 25 to there, and I will attempt to attack him with my tray.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to make your attack. You stab out. You're confident that this should hit him, but it hits some kind of invisible barrier that's around his body, and it does not work.
Okay, and then I will use a bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
And what?
All right. Anything else on your turn, Aldrin?
That is it. That will end my turn.
Okay, Lucan.
Okay, Lucan's going to move down, let's say 10 feet to here. Where'd he go, guys? 15 to there.
Coward went to the east.
But he will wait there, and I will take the dodge action at my turn.
All right, Brannick.
Adam, am I able to go over that, whatever that is?
That's a large
Yeah.
table, so if you're trying to move through it, count it as difficult terrain.
All right, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to hold an action. If I see a baddie, I am going to shoot it with a ray of frost.
Now, when you stepped back previously, did you pick up your quarterstaff or no?
No, I don't have my quarterstaff still.
All right, excellent. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that'll end my turn.
All right, we move back to this guy's turn. Okay, he is going to use his nimble escape ability in order to step back, provoking no opportunity attacks. And now that he's here and safely out of range of you guys, he is going to go ahead and cast a spell. So he is going to point his finger at 9 reeds. You see this ice shard flashes forward, trying to strike into you. 9 reeds, I need a defensive roll. This is going to strike into you solidly here, 9 reeds. All right, and once it does so, strikes into you. All right, it's going to deal 9 points of piercing damage to you, and then it's going to deal 7 cold damage to you as well, and it's going to hit everybody around, or I'm sorry, let's see, 9 piercing damage to you. Yeah, so now 9 reads, I know that's going to drop you, but make a dex save. I'm going to assume you're making this at the same time you're dropping. And then Aldrin, you also have to make that dex save. Okay, so you will succeed. So you suffer no damage, Aldrin. Let's see, 9 reads. Ooh, let's see if that totally kills you. How many? Oh, you had 3 left. So no, that doesn't kill you outright, but you do drop to the ground. All right, that was his bonus action with some movement, and then a action to cast a spell. He's going to continue moving. Okay, next up is Jiro.
I'll call out. He's looping back around.
to join the group. I'm not exactly sure where the enemy is, so I'm going to dodge in my turn.
All right, Brock.
Okay, moving. $15. Where is he? Where's that little bugger?
He went out the door and up.
Going around behind us.
6 seconds.
Okay.
Go, go, go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to beat feet the other way. 15 to there, and then action dash. $30 to there.
All right,
And
I'm
my-
assuming that's your end. All right, excellent. 9 reads, 2 GM, blind, or actually blind saving throw for death save. 9 reads, a jolt of energy rushes through you. You have 1 HP on the ground.
Okay. These rolls are insane. Do I take a level exhaustion from that as well?
You know, I'm going to say no because I feel like you should get rewarded for the critical death save. So I'm going to say no on critical death save.
Okay. And what does that put me up to? 1?
Just 1 HP, yep.
Okay. All right. I'm going. So that's half my movement. Stand up is half, and I go
Take my
5 to
potion.
here. Oh. My hands are full, and I'm gonna do the dodge action.
Okay. Dodge, anything else?
No way. In my turn, I don't have to extend rage. So.
Okay, Aldrin.
All right. Since he's not dead, I'm gonna chase. So 5, 10 to get through the door. I don't see the door again. I assume that's to get through the door.
Yep, that works.
Active. All right. 15, 20, 25, 30. Get to that space, and I will attempt to attack him with my turn.
Okay. Let's see it. Oh, that's going to miss.
Okay.
Say 9 reads has got
Alright.
good dice today, not so much for Aldrin.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have a little bit of magical ability, and this is I'm going to cast as a bonus action. I can do this twice per long rest. Spellfire Flame, which is Sacred Flame, as a bonus action cantrips cast. So.
Okay. So you're going to make an effect roll based on whatever stat that's based on.
Yes, which is Charisma for me.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a charisma effect roll then.
Okay, so it's just spell effect roll, and then I'll click Charisma. Is that right?
Nope. Unless, because you're not a spellcaster, so you're going to click the effect roll button that we had you add. Let's
Okay.
see.
Okay, so it's
I
that,
think-
and then Charisma.
No. So I think mechanically that that does not look right. Let's see. Oh,
That's
so
plus
okay.
0.
So sorry, on the second one you didn't have your token selected, so try that again. Make sure your token's selected and throw a charisma effect roll. Okay, so that is now correct. It's adding your proficiency bonus and your charisma, which it should. That's an 8. That is not good enough to hit through his defense DC, so he evades that as the flames fall down.
Okay.
Anything
And that's
else?
it.
Aldrin?
That'll end my turn.
Alrighty, Lucan.
He's a little concerned by what Aldrin called out, so he's going to move back here, kind of 5, and then 10. He's going to ready an action. See if anybody comes around that top corner. If somebody does actually loop back, he'll fire his Ray of Frost towards them.
All right, so that means you pre-cast Ray of Frost, and now you're holding on to that energy.
Yep,
All right, anything else, Lucan?
that's it.
Okay, Brannick.
All right, I'm going to hold an action, Ray of Frost.
All right, you hold action, Ray of Frost. Okay, this guy's turn. He's going to nimble escape to back away without provoking opportunity attacks. And then he's going to, let's see, I think, yeah, it looks as though his spell abilities might be mostly expended. So he's going to switch over to his Arcane Burst ability now. So he's going to shoot off an Arcane Burst at you here, Aldrin. Please give me a defense roll.
All right. So this is an advantage.
Yep. Yeah, so you'll easily evade that. And he's going to continue moving. All right, he does come across your way there, Lucan, so you can go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
All right, you cast Mage Hand. It comes out and just looks dumb at you.
It points its finger up at him.
All right, 23 is
It's just a wagging finger.
Yeah. All right, that is going to blast him and wound him.
Oh, no, you don't.
All right, so that was the readied action. That's the end of his turn. Jiro.
All right. I'm gonna ready an attack with my short sword. If the goblin comes within 5 feet of me, in my turn.
All right, so last I knew, you just had lantern in hand, so I'm going to assume you interact with object to draw a short sword, and then you're ready with that. All right, Brock.
All right, moving 30. And then I'm going to strike out with the tavern mug that I have. For an
All
unarmed
right.
strike.
You swing out with the tavern mug. Yeah, that'll connect. Bashing him hard.
And he'll be sapped from that. And then kick to the growing.
All right, kick to the stones. Let's see it. Ooh, he manages to evade that strike.
Because you got no balls.
Anything else, Brock?
And my turn.
Okay, over to 9 reads.
Okay, I'm going to object interact, stow my weapon,
Okay.
and then I'm going to action dawn on a shield.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
then I'm going to move. So, oops, hold on, I gotta select my character. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and that's my everything. So I end turn.
Okay, Aldrin.
All right, start moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35 to get the flank and attempt to attack him with my trident.
All right. With the flank, that is good enough.
All right.
That is going to wound him badly.
That appears to be pretty low, so I will attempt to react to take him out.
All right, you try to sublime demise him. He had exactly 3 HP left, so he meets his demise.
Nice.
Take that.
All right, that gets us out of combat for the moment, folks. Let me go ahead and cancel that soundtrack. Okay, so you guys are currently a bit split up here, but I assume you're going to try to regroup as best you can. But yeah, guys, that was our first session. We're a little bit over our normal ending time, so we're going to go ahead and hang it up here. When we pick up next week, you guys will be able to continue exploring this area. I imagine trying to probably get a short rest in before doing too much, because poor 9 reads there took quite a walloping. But yeah, great first session, guys. Really excited about the new campaign. We'll see you all next week.
Sounds
Good.
good.
Thanks, Adam.
That's good.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Thanks. Great
Good night,
first session. All right, folks. Enjoy.